gentlemen, going down the drain.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Why should you want to know? Don't you mind about the future?
And now, live, unedited, unrehearsed, and unapologetic, straight off the ledge, it's JD and Smitty!
Welcome to the program. Phone lines are open, 239-277-9600 and 775-9600. Thanks to executive producer Tripod Billy, we are streaming live video at theledgeradioshow.com. You can listen live at 96krock.com and follow us on Facebook. Special thanks to our in-studio producer, Sick Rick.
Hey, Sick Rick. What's up, Southwest Florida? I'd first like to thank our title sponsor, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security. For all your fire alarm security CCTV needs or access control, please call Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today at 239-288-6482. That's 239-288-6482. Or visit them on the web at imperialfiresecurity.com. They work well with residential, commercial, and industrial, so call them today. Imperial Fire Alarm and Security, securing your world.
All right, thanks, Smitty. I know we've had a busy week with different news items and both local and national.
Yeah, first I'd like to send our condolences out to the McCready's. I know Minnie was a local gal here, and she committed suicide, and she's going to be buried apparently, or
that's a good thing.
Funeral. And
hard to think if you don't.
That's right, or you get fired up. The family of the McCready's confirmed that the public funeral will be held next week for the late country music star in East Fort Myers. The public funeral will be held at 2 p.m. Tuesday, February 26th at the Crossroads Baptist Church, located at 10721 Palm Beach Boulevard. The public funeral is being...
it's almost like Dan Rather over here.
Hodges, Fairley Funeral. Okay, anyhow.
Next!
It's film at 11. But that's all we said when you have a local talent, that
she's been going downhill for years, man.
Well, she's had some issues, no doubt, and, but she's in the hands of the good Lord now, so see what happens.
All right.
I want to talk about, we had an advertisement, if you want to call that we put out a kind of a confirmation. We had supposedly, you got the confirmation originally, am I right?
That's correct.
You got the confirmation originally from Dane Eagle.
State rep
out in
Cape Coral.
Cape Coral. And we wanted to bring him in and have a little talk with him to get him to air his ideas of what's going on out there, and
with the state and legislator and stuff like that.
Right, all the shenanigans.
A lot of House bills and stuff going on.
Right, and originally he had said that he was going to come on here, and then around 3-4 o'clock, you got a call from one of the girls up there that works with him or something.
From his office.
From his office, and they canceled.
Yeah,
they canceled.
I'd have to say though, I believe this is our first cancellation of any guest ever on the show.
Now, I kind of know why he canceled.
Why do you think?
I think, personally, I may be wrong, but I think that, everybody knows that his dad got into some shady deals. His dad actually pleaded guilty.
Well, you said shadies. I thought that word was going somewhere else.
Slim Shady. He got pleaded guilty and to some counts of federal fraud, and authorities say he had forged documents and cost his investors millions of dollars. And
how much was it, like $17 million?
The 6 charges carry a maximum of 30 years in federal prison.
30 years each?
Yeah, the story begins more than 20 years ago. And you're right, there was like 52 investors, and they all bought $3 million they gave. It was called the Pine Island 101 Land Trust. That's what they were involved with.
Well, it was two different amounts of money. One was like 17 and one was $3 million.
Yes.
Something along those lines.
So, and the long story short is that he finally pleaded guilty. And he said that, hey,
I just want to clear that up. I don't know if he has actually pled guilty, or if the story I saw said he's agreed to plead guilty.
That's what I said.
Yeah. So, who knows? Something could change between now and then.
And he's also agreed to forfeit his assets apparently immediately to pay these 52 victims. Though it's not clear how much they'll get, but it's something. And I know that it's got to be a strange dynamic to be in politics and then have a father or a close relative, wife, whatever, and they're found. I don't want to say found.
They're in trouble.
They're in trouble of some sort,
right?
And they come clean and say, okay, I'm going to allegedly plead guilty and make restitution of this. And again, Dane, I wasn't going to hammer Dane when he come in here. I was just going to ask him like I did when Trey Radel came in here. We had an incident where he was brought up with the accusations of doing the porn sites. Remember that deal? He came in here.
Well, there were some accusations about that.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he came in here like a true politician, and I asked him about it, and I said, what say you? And he explained it and said that he had some people working under him that were doing this, and that was that. And one thing led to another, and I let him go. Now I don't think Dane has to understand that if you're in politics and I don't care whether your sister, brother, aunt, cousin, or uncle does something wrong, you can't run from that. You cannot run from that. You're going to get yourself drug out, and you're going to have to face the music. That's politics.
Well, let me ask you this, Smitty. Would you be saying the same thing if it was a Democrat state rep?
Absolutely. If you get caught doing any kind of... And again, Dane didn't do anything.
Right.
His father did. We're talking about a relationship here with his dad. And like I said, most people love their mom and dad. I'm sure he does too. And it would probably be a very strange dynamic to sit here and say, man, I got to defend my father who turned around and allegedly pleading guilty and saying, yes, I did this.
How do you spin that, though? Because, they got to spin it. Because you can't just defend it. You almost have to say,
yes,
he did wrong.
Yes.
He's still my dad.
Yes. That's what you have to say. I mean, a lot of parents aren't good parents, and I'm not saying he's a bad parent. But what he did,
right?
If your dad does something and you're his son, you have to just stand by them as a family member.
Well, look at is it Teddy Turner that's running for Senate or Congress up north?
Yeah.
And he's got his father, who's a staunch liberal.
It is.
And, I saw this article yesterday, I think, and he said that Jane Fonda turned him into a liberal.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, because I guess Jane Fonda and Ted Turner were,
they were friends.
Right. Or whatever. But so he's got to deal with that. He's trying to run as a real conservative. Apparently he is a conservative.
Yes.
And yet he's got his dad.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you got to...
That's a strange dynamic, and that's really what I would ask him. It wasn't about, hey, your dad did what he did. He pled guilty, or I say allegedly.
Right, and it's not like you're going to go, were you in on it?
No, it wasn't like that at all. But I would just love to have heard the dynamic of how it affects him personally.
It would have really been a good opportunity for him to air it out.
Yeah,
get ahead of it. That's a good term, because that's what politicians, and especially Republicans, it seems, they don't do. They wait till the news comes out. Now they're on defense.
Yeah, they wait till the final synopsis falls and it's checkmate.
Yeah.
And then you go, okay.
Right,
I didn't want to make that move.
Yeah.
Let me rethink that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and step aside now and not going to be
because everybody
anymore.
knows you have a wide stance. So
right. And I tap my foot.
That's right. I know you visit the airport regularly.
I have a continuous beat in my head when I'm at the airport and using the restroom. Right. So you got to tap your foot a little bit when you're going to the bathroom. 277-9600
or 775-9600.
All right,
give us a call.
Let's take a call real quick. We got Smitty's buddy Militant Paul's on line one.
Oh.
Militant Paul, welcome to the show.
Good morning, JD. Good morning, my pal Smitty. How you doing today?
Well, it seems like you're kind of vindicated from all the flack you took from the Eagles.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to call in. As you guys remember, I called in your show many times to try to explain to the voters out there that were ignorant to the Eagles' flight, no pun intended, that his father had been doing. Yeah, exactly.
The Eagles sound like crows.
Things. And let's look at the big picture here, Smitty. Dane Eagle would have never got where he's at if it wasn't for his father's illegal activities. Backtracking, you can find in public records that over $1 million to a corporation that his father set up with stolen money was funneled to Charlie Crist to get him elected. And then once he got elected, all of a sudden, wow, Dane Eagle gets a job with Charlie Crist. Charlie Crist leaves the Republican Party with all the Republican money to go Democrat. Dane Eagle goes with them. I try to publicize all this so people know that, Chris Berardi was a better choice, homegrown, and cares about the area. And what does everybody do? They vote for Dane Eagle, and they ignore the fact that his father was crooked. I get drug into court on a restraining order. I spend all my money to fight it and win. I'm vindicated. And now here comes the truth, like I told everybody was going to happen, is out there. And that money that was donated was all stolen money, just like Eagle Skate Park was stolen money.
Well,
Dane would never be a state rep if it wasn't for his father's stolen money. And Dane Eagle always said when he was questioned about his father that, I only hang my license at his practice. Well, you hang your realtor's license at your father's crooked realty practice.
Well,
don't tell me as a family member you didn't know your father was getting all this money. Not to mention, you guys are overlooking another point there was all these Charlotte County investors that were stolen from, and there's dozens of local investors that weren't part of a larger Pine Island 101 scheme that are also out millions of dollars that none of us even heard about yet.
That could be, and I just want to make sure that the listeners understand, though, that a lot of what you're saying, Paul, is
your opinion.
A lot of that's not been put together. So let's just say,
but it's all public record, guys.
No, it absolutely is, as far as the actual incident, the actual crime, and so forth like that. But the to document
and all that.
to document how Dane got to office, that is coming from you. I mean, it sounds legit.
It's public record. Look, you got to look it up. Dane Eagle was nobody when he got the job as a travel advisor for Charlie Crist. The only connection was the $1 million plus donated to Charlie Crist campaign by the corporation that Greg Eagle set up. Greg Eagle bought his son the job that eventually got him state rep.
Clearly there would be a paper trail.
Yeah, and there's no secret that money buys votes. I mean, that's been going on at the higher levels too.
Exactly. And
hell, even phones buy votes.
He should have came out during his election process, and we should have vetted him on this. And when people tried to vet him on this, he just ignored it and said, "I just hang my license there. I don't know anything about my father's wrongdoing."
Well, shouldn't his own party have said, "Hey, man, cut this crap out"?
They didn't. Obviously, they didn't care. It's just whether it's Democrat or Republican, everybody's always trying to sweep the dirt underneath the carpet. And meanwhile, innocent guys like me that are trying to use my First Amendment rights to speak out, I get silenced by his father because he knew that I was getting a lot of publicity about his wrongdoing, and he didn't want his son to lose the election. So an innocent guy like me that was trying to stand up for the average Joe got drug into court.
Right. What do you think is going to happen now, Paul? With this going forward?
I think Greg Eagle's going to end up going to prison for at least 40, 50 years on 6 counts at 30 years each, and he's going to end up dying in prison if he doesn't die before.
What do you see the implications, if any, for the state rep Dane Eagle?
I don't think Dane Eagle's going to get reelected. I think that there's going to be more that comes out to the story because more and more investors are going to come forward, more and more documentation is going to come forward, more and more of a paper trail is going to come forward.
So it's going to look bad for Dane, even though Dane even though he's kind of I don't even want to say guilty by association. His father was guilty.
He didn't do any of that.
That'd be like one of my family members getting arrested, which happens quite frequently, and then myself.
But that's for drunk and disorderly. Yeah. That's a little different.
And then they blame it on me.
Run around naked. I know how the guys are.
Eagle helped out. If he signed one piece of paper for one of these other scams, one of these other land deals like in Charlotte County, or some of these local investors that kept loaning Greg Eagle more money, if Dane Eagle signed one document in any of those cases and it comes forward, he's done.
Well, that's an if though. So let's I don't want to speculate on that. But now there was talk
why is he hiding from you guys now?
Well, I don't know that he canceled because of that issue.
Okay.
What do you think, Paul? Do you think he canceled because of that issue?
Oh yeah, Smitty, I think you're dead on. And when you said that, I was like, way to go, Smitty. That's probably the best thing I heard come out of your mouth. He canceled because he doesn't want to deal with the flack of his father.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to get pounded by his sister, Gibby, and all his friends like Paige Roush and everybody else. And now since his father's been, pled guilty and made a plea deal, all of a sudden everybody has left me alone and they don't say anything to me.
I'm gonna tell you what's
for Greg Eagle are no longer around.
I'm gonna take a shot at the dark here. I think he's gonna probably get off on some type.
He won't get off. He won't get off, but he won't get the maximum sentence.
Right. I think he's gonna
he'll get a minimum sentence.
He'll get a minimum of 10 years.
Maybe
he'll get out in 2. And he'll have to pay restitution to everybody as much as he possibly can.
That's a good possibility.
That's what I think.
He's not going to make it in prison, guys. Prison is a rough place. My brother's in prison. It's not a nice place.
No, that's true.
He'll go to the Fed. He'll go to the paper plate prison, man.
I just want to get this out there though for the listeners. I did speak to his office yesterday. When the cancellation came in, and they said that it's not that it was just a last minute issue. It has nothing to do with anything going on.
Did you believe that, Paul?
I'm just letting you know what they said.
You tell me that you're that busy. I've heard of nothing that Dane Eagle has done good for our area. He cares nothing about Cape Coral. He only cares about furthering his agenda.
Who's running against him?
He would have cared more about Cape Coral.
Well, there's no one running against him yet. Not yet. I wouldn't imagine.
Man, that'd be a prime seat to look at if I was
Milton Paul.
Hey, Milton Paul can do it. Paul, you can run.
Oh yeah, I would love to take Dane Eagle on. I'd debate him from the time the sun go down, I beat him every time.
Paul Barnes.
Kill him with facts.
All right, Milton,
Barnes.
Paul, thanks for calling in, buddy.
Have a
Get him,
good
Paul.
day, guys.
Take care,
Office,
man.
Paul. Good for Paul. I'd love to see Paul run. That would be great.
You know, the problem running really though is you got to raise the money.
Yes.
And someone that's never ran for office or hasn't been around politicians, like in this case, Mr. Eagle, Dane Eagle, he worked for the governor's office, so he knows how politics works. And he's probably, people probably sat down with him and talked to him and told him what he had to do to run for office, which goes with every politician.
Sure,
you have to have a team behind you that knows how to raise money, and because in this day and age, you got to have radio advertising. On the Ledge Radio Show.
That's right.
And you got to have TV advertising, and those are some of the two big things you got to do.
Sure.
Some of the paper,
radio and TV are number 1 and 2.
Yeah,
You're
paper
right.
and print. It's a distant third these days. But for the uninformed voter, you definitely want some signs around the polling place for when that idiot walks into the polling booth and they remember the last name they saw on the sign on the way in. They're going to vote for that guy. So get a bunch of your signs right at the door for those idiots. Yeah, him too.
Yeah,
If
he runs for office, he's probably not going to win.
You want to give a little gift certificate away for Connors?
Yeah, before we take a little break here, we're going to take give a gift away for people to call in. Say the number 5 caller. Billy's holding 5. So 5 it is. It's your 5th caller to 277-9600 or 775-9600. Say winner, Connors dinner. Give Billy a call. We'll give you $25 gift certificate to the Connors Seafood and Steak place down here at Gulf.
Let me clear that up for Smitty. It's Connors Steakhouse at Gulf Coast Town Center.
That's it.
$25 gift certificate, 277-9600, 775-9600, 5th caller.
Good grub.
We'll
Good
be
grub.
right back.
Flashback with Matt Pinfield.
Sunday night, 8 to midnight.
Flashback in time with The Who, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, The Rolling Stones, and more. Relive the greatest moments in pop culture from movies.
I'll be back.
TV.
Nothing for you.
Newscasts and sport clips.
You believe in God?
Flashback.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Matt Pinfield, and welcome to Flashback.
Sunday night, 8 to midnight.
On 96 K-Rock.
Securing your family, your business, your property. That's what's important in your world. No matter how big, no matter how small. Secure your world with Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today.
Imperial Fire Alarm and Security is a local company with hometown service, the way it should be. One call to Imperial will align you with the most effective fire alarm, security, and surveillance systems, as well as state-of-the-art wireless monitoring. If you're a property manager or condo association member, ask about Imperial's wireless monitoring systems to replace costly and unreliable phone lines and save your community thousands. From individual homes to large communities, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security can secure your world.
Don't you think it's time to secure your world? Imperial Fire Alarm and Security services Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Learn more at imperialfiresecurity.com or to schedule your free consultation, call 239-288-6482. Secure your world at imperialfiresecurity.com.
License number EF2000046.
Honey, we need to talk.
Oh, what's wrong now?
Well, you tried to fix the roof last week, and now our AC is broken again.
What are you talking about? I fixed that AC a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fixing stuff is not your expertise. That's why I called Western Reserve Roofing and AC. Their skilled techs can fix the problem or give us a written estimate for repair. Western Reserve services all of Southwest Florida.
In Florida, nothing takes more of a beating than your roof and AC system. Western Reserve offers sales, service, and installation for commercial and residential projects. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084. 239-687-6084. They guarantee all their work at the best price possible.
Hey, honey, what is my expertise?
Well, we'll talk. But now take out the trash, all right?
Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084 and let them fix it right the first time. Roof license number CCC 132805 and AC license number CAC 022422.
Options. All about options right here in Southwest Florida. Hey, it's Billy, Caroline, and Abby sitting right here, Pine Island Road, Facillo Kia, #1 Kia store in all the world. And we're talking today about options. Why don't you give them a little insight about options, Caroline?
Well, how about lease options? For example, leasing your choice of a 2012 Optima Hybrid with an MSRP of $26,670 or a 2013 Kia Soul with an MSRP of $15,319. Either one, your choice, $0 down, $199 a month.
$0 down. You might have got banged around in the big bowl game and lost your money, so therefore it's $0 down.
And they both have a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty.
And they're both
huge.
Nice.
39-month, 39,000-mile lease. 12,000 miles per year. 20 cents over mile limit. 6% tax. $5.95 acquisition fee. $400 disposition fee. $400 early termination fee. All rebates and incentives apply, plus tax, tag, and DMV with approved credit through Kia Motor Finance. Prior sales excluded. See dealer for details. Offer ends February 28, 2013.
My firm has represented hundreds of thousands of people who've been injured in an automobile accident, and after being in this business for right at 25 years, I've seen my share of terrible injuries. But along the way, I've learned what can prevent these accidents. There's no question that seatbelts save lives and prevent injury. My 4 children are now grown, but we never backed out of the garage until they were all buckled up. Set an example for your kids and teach them early. Today we're seeing so many unnecessary accidents because of cell phone use and texting. What is so important that can't wait? If you don't have a hands-free phone, put the darn thing down and be responsible. And if you're in the car with someone who insists they stop. 44,000 people die every year in America because of automobile accidents. It surely doesn't have to be this way. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Drive safely. Drive responsibly. A life is counting on you. Morgan & Morgan. For the people. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Now back to the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
The Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty on 96 K-Rock.
Welcome back. The phone numbers are 239-277-9600 or 775-9600. You can send us an email, JD or Smitty at theledgeradioshow.com. Check out our live stream at theledgeradioshow.com. And if you'd like to advertise during this show for our 10 a.m. Saturday prime time slot, visit our website, contact us for details. We do have a winner for the Connors Steakhouse dinner
and
gift certificate.
And seafood.
Line 1, Bob, you're the winner. What's up, man?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Buddy.
What's the winning catchphrase?
Winner, Connors dinner.
Oh, you got it.
Ding,
You already
ding,
knew
ding,
it.
ding, ding, ding.
All right, buddy. You get the $25 Connors Steakhouse and seafood gift certificate. Just hang on the line, and Tripod Billy will get your information.
All right, great. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening. Smitty, before we get into the meat of the next issue, I want to give a little shout-out to our friends down at the Joe, the Jump On Express in Naples.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? This is a free transportation down in Naples, runs between Mercado across from Bravo, all the way to 5th Avenue South and 6th Street South, then on to 3rd Street South and 12th Avenue South. Runs from Thursday to Saturday, 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can board the Joe, go out and do your nightly dinner and drinks and dancing and whatever it is you want to do without having to worry about driving. Let them cart you around. For more information on Joe, you can go to the jumponexpress.com, or you can have the Joe schedule and mobile site sent to your phone by texting Joe Ride to 97063. So that's a good opportunity to save some gas and let them haul you around.
Meet some people, network.
Yeah, man, you never know.
Always
a fun time down there in Naples.
Do a little schlepping around, you know what I mean?
All right, so next item on the agenda, Smitty. I know this is something you're going to love to rail me about.
Well, no, I'm not going to rail you. I was down at the 5 Hot Mics this week, and I want to thank them for having me. It was a great time. Joe Whitehead was down there, and Betty Parker was there.
Yeah, from News Press.
From News Press, and some other people. It was very good, and I want to thank them for inviting me down there.
And I would say that you probably came in second place. You almost had it this time.
Almost! I come in this close!
You almost had it, but I think Joe...
But you know how they are down there. It's like running a race. When you run a race down there with the Republicans, they go, okay, go. No, Smitty, you wait.
No, not you.
And then we wait till they're out of sight. Okay, you go now. So the deck was stacked a little against me, but it was still very enjoyable. Chris Hudson, Taryn Bragnon, all those guys are great to hang out with, and I had a good time.
All right,
so
cool.
and I think you Mr. Whitehead, who won actually the little plastic thing.
It's a gold microphone, man. Don't make fun of it.
Made in China.
If you'd have won it, you would have said it was plastic.
I would have been. I put it on.
It was gold colored.
I'll super glue it on the hood of my car. You know what what I mean? It'd be like Mercedes-Benz.
Golden microphone car.
But the one thing that they mentioned at the very beginning,
and this is where we learned it from.
They said that they just had heard that Governor Rick Scott was going to endorse the Medicaid program.
The Medicaid expansion.
Yes.
Which is a portion of Obamacare.
And at that point, there was a really kind of like a 10-second silence of everybody.
Long,
like
silent
everybody's going,
pause.
Ooh. And of course, I stood up and went, and everybody was like, boo, they were booing me, that's the nature of the beast.
It was so embarrassing.
It was so great. It was so great. It was a moment in the sun.
I'm sitting there, I'm like,
don't steal my thunder, man. Don't steal my thunder, okay?
I'm enjoying.
Take them anyway.
No, I'm enjoying my lunch, and then he's over there clapping about Medicaid expansion.
He's enjoying his lunch at Gray Oaks, and I'm going, yeah, poor people finally get a break in life, finally getting taken care of.
Yeah, poor people don't get everything free for now anyways.
It's your governor. You voted him in.
Not again.
Oh, whoa. You're not going to vote for Governor Scott again?
Well, let's just say this. We're going to have to see who's going to run against him in the primary, but I can tell you this, that he just lost a ton of conservative votes, and he's not going to gain any Democrat votes, so it was a stupid move because the Democrats are going to vote for Charlie Crist. So why would you even move to that direction? Why would you move there?
It makes sense. He's not the only governor to do it. Kasich did it, and there's like 6 or 7 of the other ones have done it now because the federal government is giving them money. There you go again. Giving them money because
with strings attached.
Well, but this is a good cause. This isn't just
a good cause.
Yeah, this is people that don't.
Another 1 million people on Medicaid.
That can't get health insurance, man. These are people that need help. These are your citizens. It's the right thing to do, and God bless him. He finally came to fruition in his mind, and he said, and I quote, "I cannot, in good conscience, deny the uninsured access to care." Okay, and that's the truth. When you have somebody that
that actually says? That actually says, I cannot, in good conscience, not allow these people to vote for me. I need extra voters for the next election.
277-9600 or 775-9600.
But the problem is, you're going to lose real conservatives that voted him into office. He was swept into office.
What does that mean to you, a real conservative?
Someone who doesn't cave to Obamacare.
So it's somebody who just doesn't care about the
old folks. Has nothing to do about caring.
People that can't. It's everything about caring. He even said, I cannot in good conscience. Now, for the next...
He said all that for political reasons. It's all for political gain. It has nothing to do with helping people.
Maybe he just realizes in his heart, because he's a medical guy, maybe realizes that he has to help these people because they have no other option. And if you were in that position and you were broke or poor or indigent or had other issues, and you needed health insurance, wouldn't you want somebody to say, hey, help me out, or just, no, we're going to trash you and let you die?
Do we know who this is going to help? Have we looked at the stats to see who the 900,000 new members that are now going to be allowed to have Medicaid?
I don't know them personally, but thank God.
We don't know anything about them. We don't know what group this helps.
That doesn't matter. It's not about a group.
It's going to help everybody.
It's about helping the Florida citizens that deserve it and need it, and it's the right thing.
Is it going to go to Florida citizens or illegal aliens?
Well, it's probably. Well, we're already paying for the illegal aliens. They're already getting service. They're already getting. If you're an illegal alien, you go to get hurt, you go to the hospital. Everybody ends up paying for it anyhow. So there's no difference. And thank God he finally stood up for something that was right in this country. And that the old people and poor people and people that don't have money, even young people that can't get health insurance anywhere else, they have.
See, that's
an
the
option.
problem. Insurance isn't the issue. It's lower cost health care.
It was the right thing to do.
Let's take a call. Line 1, Sick Rick. We got Joy from Naples. Joy, you're on the Ledge Radio Show with JD and... Nope, you're not. All right, thanks a lot, Joy. Take care
Joy,
now.
call us back. 277-9600.
Maybe she was calling in for some free Connors gift certificates.
Right. Or maybe she had that Obama phone that fell out.
Could have been. I wonder if the Obama phone, what type of service that
I don't know. That's just an old story.
Turn yours on.
Though.
Let's hear it, Smitty.
No, hold on. My Obama phone works great. Better than your TV you carry around.
Hey, man, I have a... Mine's a laptop that rings, okay?
So let's just get back on subject here.
No, I got another call come in.
Okay.
All right, we got line 2. This is Eric from Cape Coral. Eric, you're on the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Hey, my friend.
Thanks.
I just want to ask Smitty something. It might help the lower class and the poor people, but what about the middle class like myself who are, by government standards, uneligible for any sort of government help, but I am stretched so thin that, if I happen to need to get an extra $20 in gas, I'm taking it from 2 weeks from now.
Obamacare is on the way. You're going to be able to get health care through Obamacare, right?
See how stupid liberals are, Eric?
Can you tell me the details of that? Because even the senators that voted it in don't know the details of Obamacare.
And then you call me and ask me to give you the details? The senators don't know, and JD certainly doesn't know. Nobody really knows. This is a new thing, man. This is something brand new.
Vote something in that's brand new that nobody knows the details of. I mean, doesn't that seem back-asswards?
Well, that's kind of like a bait-and-switch question, man. You know,
bait and switch?
Yeah, you know.
If you don't read the bill, you don't vote for
Everybody knows that the premise of the whole idea, the basic premise.
Yeah, the basic premise is to get new voters.
Is to help people that need health insurance.
Bribe the voters. That's what the basic premise was.
The Nazi Party was to improve the population of the world.
Oh my God, the Nazi Party. Okay.
No, that's not what I'm not comparing. All I'm saying is
no, I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, you can't sit there and take something like Obamacare that nobody knows the details of and vote it in and then shove it down everybody's throat. I'm not saying that the situation we had before was great, but
it's horrible.
Deal with what we have than walk in the darkness.
That's true. You don't know what you're getting. All we know is, Eric, is that the IRS released their study, and the IRS is the company or the group that's in charge of distributing this Obamacare and enforcing Obamacare. They've now said that it will cost the American taxpayer for the lowest grade plan, the bronze plan, which is the cheap plan. That's like your cheap, if you're a small business owner and you got your cheap little health care plan, it's not cheap, it's expensive to have, but the plan itself, the coverage is crappy. It's going to cost $20,000 per year per person to be on the cheap plan. That's what we're getting from this. That's how efficient government is.
And meanwhile, my customers are dropping me because I had to raise prices.
Absolutely, 100%. And not only you, but there's folks that are working for some of the big box stores like Home Depot, Walmart, stuff like that. They are now cutting their hours down to 20 hours. Why? So they don't fit into that Obamacare, the 30-hour work week, so they don't have to provide it, and so they don't get fined for it.
Yeah, they're all falling into the Walmart plan.
Eric,
exactly.
Walmart's been doing that for decades.
Eric, if this is going to be a Christian nation, okay, that doesn't help the poor, either we have to pretend that Jesus was just selfish, as we are, or we just got to acknowledge that he commanded us to love the poor and serve the needy without conditions, and then admit that we just don't want to do it.
Eric,
that we just don't want to do it.
I got this.
We don't want to do it.
Here, Smitty. Smitty, I got a response to that. Sure. Jesus did not command the government to confiscate my money to help someone else.
That's the government's
Jesus
issue.
commanded me to help someone else.
You're right. If I'm not mistaken, there's a proverb that says, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a life.
That's right.
Do the right thing.
Why are we giving people anything when we should be giving them education instead?
We're going to educate them, and we're going to keep them healthy. Thanks for calling.
All right. Thanks, Eric. Thanks a lot, buddy. Let's take another call. I've got line one. Roadhog's on line one. Roadhog, what's up, man? Let's Radio Show.
Hey, man. Just saying hello from the Redneck Yacht Club out here.
Yeah, how's it going out there, buddy?
Hey, there's plenty of mud for everybody in Fort Myers. They want to come out here. It's going to be a good time. I already got my Bud Light cracked open.
Any titties and beer out there?
Of course.
All right, sweet.
I got my Bud Light and my squeeze, my main squeeze next to me.
All right, take pictures. Send them to me.
10-4, buddy.
All right, take care, buddy.
Well, so far, there's 14 states that are saying no to it. 5 states are leaning towards not using it.
Not using what?
The Medicaid expansion. Okay. And 22 that are participating and 3 that are leaning towards participating. So there's the majority of the states are starting to cave in now, starting to go with it. And I know it's kind of attached to the health care. So, I think government has to help.
Well, 22 states, I think there's about 22 states that have Democrat governors. So all of them are going to be doing it. All of them do, because they live and breathe off the government dole. So whatever the government can hand them, that's what they do.
So all the Republican states that don't want to do it, they just don't care about their poor people.
Has nothing to do with that.
Yes, it does.
Has nothing to do with that.
Florida's the third worst in the nation, and they should be proud of that.
Third worst in what?
In taking care of their people in the United States.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the state's responsibility to take care of people.
Well, you want separation of states and nation, feds. You can't have it both ways.
Separation of what? States and nations and feds.
Oh, it's going to be this kind of show. Okay.
Okay. I just want to. I want to know what you're talking about.
First of all, everybody knows that live in Florida is a third world country, and you can't get any health insurance down here.
Country.
You can. And earlier in the show, earlier in the shows that we had, you used to claim that we had this great free health care. We got free health care. Well, I looked. We don't have free health care. You keep on saying that, and it's not true. We've never had free health care.
I never said we had free health care.
Yes, you did.
I said if you go to the hospital, they have to treat you.
That's different than free health care. And you also said you go to the clinic.
Free.
There's no free clinic here either.
Nothing's
There's no free clinic. So all this garbage that you like to spew is because people get sick, and they're your citizens, and you have to take care of people. You just don't turn your back when somebody's hurt and you can't help them. It's not the right thing to do. And if it costs a little bit of money, then so be it. We're the only nation in the world that doesn't take care of our own, and we should be ashamed that we're in this position.
We're also the only nation in the world that has the Constitution we have that allows our citizens to be free. So because of that, should we then change our nation to be like Europe? Should we go like Europe and just be socialist?
I'm saying we should take care of all Europe isn't socialist, not the whole entire place. You know, they have good. Is Germany a bad place to live? Did you get good health care in Germany? Of course you do.
Not sure.
Yes, you do. France, great place. You get health care. You get health care in a lot of good places. You know, this isn't the only place in the world.
If it works that well, then if you don't like it here, go over there.
I like it here. And that's and I even like it better now that Obamacare's passed, because they're going to pass it even more. And again.
What has it done for you? Nothing. You know what it did for you?
It's
It
not
raised your
about
premiums.
me. It's not about me. See, I'm not selfish. I'll pay that extra bit of money because it helps somebody else.
Yeah, so you see your paycheck smaller,
Doesn't
then you
matter.
complain
If
about
that's
it.
the price I have to pay to keep this nation looking good and to do the right thing, then I sleep well at night, my friend.
Let's take another call. We got line 1, Sick Rick. Tim from Immokalee. Tim, you're on the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
Hey, man, you guys are great. But I disagree. There is free health care. You go to, like, Collier County Health Department or Lee County Health Department.
Very
if you're
true.
indigent or don't have any money. The county pays for that.
No, they
Absolutely
don't. What they do is they gauge it. They gauge it on your salary. You have to bring them
That's incorrect.
You have to bring them like checks.
That's
and you have to show them
incorrect.
your unemployment. And yes, no, it isn't.
No, it is incorrect. You don't have to bring them anything.
I will prove it next week.
You don't have to bring them anything.
I
will prove it next week.
Okay, but I've been there, and I know they didn't ask for anything.
They don't ask for anything.
My ID.
Nope. Yep. You're lucky if they even ask for your ID, because most of the people that come in there are illegals anyway.
I'm gonna look in Lee County. I'm gonna look in Port Charlotte. I'm gonna look in Collier.
They don't ask for anything, do they, Tim?
Full report.
No, they don't.
Okay, but the one in Lee County is over on Michigan Avenue. So I'm serious. I walked in there. I couldn't get an emergency room. I went over there and they gave me whatever the antibiotic shot for that flu stuff going around. It was great.
Yeah, there you go. So there are free places, but remember, remember this, Tim.
You don't want anybody to pay for that. You want people to die. Why should we fund that flu shot? That was by the government. The government paid for that, right?
Still remember this, Tim.
I don't want anybody to die.
Nothing's free.
You know, I do pay taxes.
That's right.
I own some property, but it's like you.
Yeah, well, no, man, I'm glad you got I'm glad you got a flu shot and got better, but somebody had to pay for that.
Yeah, it's called taxpayers.
And that's right. And you don't want anybody to help anybody, JD. JD wanted you to die 5 minutes ago. Remember that. JD didn't give a shit. 5 minutes ago, he wanted you to die.
What kind of Kool-Aid you been drinking?
Same kind you've been drinking at the free health clinic.
All right, take care, Tim. We appreciate it, buddy. All right, folks, 277-9600, 775-9600. We'll be right back.
Weekends. Picture me. Tiny bikini, straps undone, ice-cold beer in hand, and blaring the best damn classic rock, period. Every weekend on 96K Rock, we shut up and rock. Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, ZZ Top, Leonard Skinner, Aerosmith, GNR, Bon Jovi. If it makes my ass shake and makes my beer taste better, we play it. All attitude, all the time. 96K Rock Weekends rock.
Securing your family, your business, your property. That's what's important in your world. No matter how big, no matter how small. Secure your world with Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today.
Imperial Fire Alarm and Security is a local company with hometown service, the way it should be. One call to Imperial will align you with the most effective fire alarm security and surveillance systems, as well as state-of-the-art wireless monitoring. If you're a property manager or condo association member, ask about Imperial's wireless monitoring systems to replace costly and unreliable phone lines and save your community thousands. From individual homes to large communities, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security can secure your world.
Don't you think it's time to secure your world? Imperial Fire Alarm and Security services Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Learn more at ImperialFireSecurity.com or to schedule your free consultation, call 239-288-6482. Secure your world at ImperialFireSecurity.com.
License number EF2000046.
Come to Duncan's Diamonds and experience our Rolex watches, treasured estate timepieces on sale. Save up to 50% on all of our men's and ladies' Rolex watches. Fort Myers, US 41, and in the Gulf Coast Town Center.
Hello?
Yo, those pictures on Facebook are hilarious.
Huh?
From last night at Sandy Parrot. You're getting loose.
The Sandy Parrot's famous ladies' night every Thursday. Ladies drink free and guys drink for cheap. Live music from Under the Influence. Come early for the live comedy and hypnotist show starting at 7:30. Rock with Soapy Tuna this Friday and Saturday night. DJ Gentry every Tuesday for $2 drinks and draft beer from 10 p to 2 a.m. Located on 41 just south of Alico Road. Visit thesandyparrot.com for more info.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer. People are singing the praises of Rock Solid countertops and more. With prices so low on granite and marble, it's practically magic. But believe it, complete granite kitchens from $9.99 installed. Bring us your best offer and we will beat it. Plus, for a limited time, Rock Solid will give you up to $500 for your existing countertop, no matter what the condition. That's crazy! And Rock Solid is still giving away a free countertop every month. Come in and register to win, just like Bob Bone of Bonita.
And I'm so excited. Wow, this is fun.
As Rock Solid is making magic. At Naples' new Granite Gallery, featuring near wholesale prices. Off Airport Pulling on JNC Boulevard in Naples. When coming to see us, look for the Superman sign guy. Call 596-7676 or visit HugeGraniteSale.com. Rock Solid countertops and more. It's really big.
Good day. This is Scott for Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S Weed and Feed. The fine folks at Scott's have created a perfect potion for St. Augustine lawns here in Florida. Formulated to terminate dollar weed and clover with extreme prejudice. That's a good thing. And now for the bonus. Scott's Bonus S also provides your lawn with essential nutrients. Learn more at scotts.com. Go on, put down some Scott's Turf Builder Bonus S this weekend. Feed your lawn. Feed it.
ZOOMTAN. I was tan last summer, now I'm pale again. I need a little bit of help to be ready for the beach soon. Tan puts some within my reach. Brown as a biscuit for $9.99. ZoomTan.com for a limited time. ZoomTan, $9.99. ZoomTan.com.
Zoomtan has 25 locations throughout Florida. Go to Zoomtan.com for a location near you and for a free spray tan coupon. That's Zoomtan.com. Why be pale and pasty when you can be tan and tasty?
Have you heard? Proactive is better than ever. Stay tuned for a 100% risk-free million bottle giveaway with free shipping. Do you have troubled skin, acne? With Proactive, your acne can heal and you can prevent new breakouts. Call now for your 100% risk-free trial giveaway of Proactive, including 2 free extras and free shipping. Visit getproactive.com or call 1-800-742-8252. That's 1-800-742-8252.
The Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie?
Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
Past that.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
When will then be now? Soon.
Talking our hometown, our state, and the state of our country. It's the Ledge Radio Show on 96 K-Rock. Talk that rocks.
Welcome back. The phone numbers are 239-277-9600 or 775-9600. I would just save that in my phone if I was you. Send us an email, JD or Smitty at theledgeradioshow.com. Check out our live stream at theledgeradioshow.com. If you'd like to advertise during the show every Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon, visit our website. Contact us for details. Smitty, before we get back into the callers, we got a couple, at least one or two of them stacked up.
Sure.
I want to give a little shout out to our friends at the, my friends at the Southwest Florida Young Republicans
They're
Club.
my friends too.
Okay. Well, we're going to be in an event coming up, and it's a media event on March 4th. So it's called a Media Summit. This will be a fun event where the reporters will get a turn at answering questions instead of asking the questions. The meeting will be a panel discussion with both prepared questions and audience participation. Those attending are NBC2, the News Press, Us, of course, JD and Smitty from the Ledge Radio Show on 96K Rock.
We're like NBC News now.
Yep. Drew Steele from 92.5 Fox News will be there. SharkTank.net will be there, and even Univision. So we're going to get.
Will Menudo be there?
I don't know about Menudo, but Univision will be there. And it's going to be at the Firestone Restaurant and Grill, downtown Fort Myers. It's where the Sky Bar is now.
Yes.
The old Peter's La Cuisine, but it's Firestone Grill. It's at 2224 Bay Street, Fort Myers, third floor Martini Lounge on Monday, March 4th at 6:30. After the event, you can join us at the Sky Bar. You can meet JD and Smitty and all the other news guests for a few drinks, socializing with fellow Republicans. But I'm assuming that some of the news folks that will be there may not be Republicans. So
just say you're there to see the Ledge Radio Show.
Exactly. That's who you're really coming to see is JD and Smitty.
If they stop you at the gate, just say, do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? I'm going to see the Ledge Radio Show. Please join the Southwest Florida Young Republicans on Facebook or visit swflyr.com for more details. All right, Smitty, let's take a couple of our callers here. Who do we have stacked up, Sick Rick? Line 2? Let's take Brian on line 2. Brian, you're on the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
Hey, JD and Smitty.
Hey,
buddy. Hey, I'm going to, if you don't mind, change the subject.
Okay.
For a quick second, because I know that there was a post on Facebook this week, and that JD, you jumped in on it. And
yeah, which one was it?
The TSA.
You know, I jump in on so many posts that it's not even funny. But go ahead and remind the listeners what it was.
It was maybe like a 5-minute YouTube video of a young girl, a special needs child, in her wheelchair, and she's going through TSA.
Right. And
they have to screen everyone, 100% of people that go through the airport. And I guess the whole confusion is that this is an illegal search and seizure. Well, you're going into a secure building, whether it be a courthouse, an airport, federal courthouse, local courthouse. It could be the building that I own, and I just said that I want to make it a secure facility.
Mm-hmm. You own a building?
This is not somebody's home. This is not your home. This is not your car. You're willingly going into a building where you know they're going to search everything you have, including, and I get it, we should profile the guys with a towel on their head and everything, and the big beard wearing. We should profile them. I am 100%.
You say we should profile? We should actually profile those people?
We should profile everybody. But I am for, and I don't see how anybody can say that you don't think that we sit around on a radio show and we sit around our coffee table wherever we're at, we sit around our friends and we talk about, what if they did this? They're doing the same thing. Who's to say that they didn't put something in that chair and they don't use that handicapped child's chair to smuggle something in, a bomb or something in that chair?
That's true.
Everything, every piece of luggage, every chair, every bag. I mean, my shoes, I take them off. I ask for certain people to pat me down because I'd rather have the girl pat me down than the guy.
Right.
I mean, that's just my personal preference, and they yell at me and tell me I can't say that, but I can say whatever I want.
Well, here's I think there was a couple issues with this incident that I got into it with you, with whoever else was on the the blog posting. Basically, first of all, the whole premise of it to me is ridiculous. We know who the people are that blow up our buildings. It's not a 3-year-old disabled girl in a wheelchair, and it's not her mother.
3-year-old girl. It's how do you know that they didn't put something in that chair?
They who?
How do you know they didn't just? How do they know? We know. The TSA knows. Oh, they just bought this chair. Oh, they've had that for 10 years. How do we know how long?
What he's saying?
How do we know that chair wasn't just service?
Yeah.
How do we know who that technician is? How do you know all these things? Do you think that there's not Muslims that don't look like the beard and they look white and they look just like you?
I'm sitting next to one.
We send our own military over, and we have these guys not shaved. We have them we have them get dirty to make them look like them. Sure. Do you think that they're that stupid that they can't? They flew how many buildings into our planes?
How many buildings into planes?
How many planes into our buildings?
A couple.
And they mastermind that. Nobody knew it was going on.
Sure.
You know what? This is. I mean, there was no planes back when our forefathers came, and there was no AR-15s. And so yes, it's a broad stroke. But as time goes on and certain things happen, and you're in the fire alarm business. As certain things change, and there's a fire over here, and we go, oh, we can protect people better this way. Do we still have the same smoke detectors we did 50 years ago?
Well, he has a good point. he has a good point when he says that these people that want to get us, they're not necessarily going to be, like you said,
using the traditional methods.
Use the traditional methods with the traditional robe. They're going to stick stuff like C4 or something in the wheelchair. I mean, there's all kind of ways to rig stuff up, and that's all he's trying to say. That this poor girl, the little girl, she was 3 years old. They were coming from St. Louis, going to Orlando, and like he said, a TSA agent, and she had I think it was spinal bifida. Was it?
I don't know what the affliction was.
Am I right?
Yep.
Okay, and she was she was crying, and all 2-3-year-olds, they cry anyways. I mean, they'll cry if you just tell them no, you can't have that candy bar. They'll cry, and so she.
Well, they took her stuffed animal away, which she was freaking out about. That's her little that's her little item. That's like her little.
Yeah, but
that's like her blanket.
They gave it back to her.
They scan everything. They take my wallet. They take my stuff. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I understand it's a child and we're supposed to protect and coddle.
Brian,
but isn't that what's part of what's wrong with our society today?
They patted down Henry Kissinger, for God's sake.
Well,
Henry Kissinger.
Well, can you blame him? Listen to how he talks.
Yeah, they patted down Henry Kissinger. They're patting down.
He sounds like a freaking Gestapo.
They're taking diapers off of old women. I mean, they're patting down 3-year-old children, but they're letting the Muslims go through for fear of being called a racist or discriminating against these Muslims. They are the ones that attacked us. They're the ones that need to be frisked. Look at Israel, how they do it. They profile it.
I agree with you 100%. Here's the solution to this problem. It took them 20 minutes to get through.
Ban the Muslims?
TSA. They took them 20 minutes for this family to get through TSA. Turn your camera off, pick your kid up, hold them, let them scan the stupid chair, let them wipe it down with a little brown little disc and scan it for bomb residue.
Stridex.
You're out of there in less than 5 minutes. Let them, you know what? You know what I do. I'm a firefighter down in Naples. So if I go to an accident and I want, that's my kid, don't touch them. Don't touch them. I know how to touch somebody in a non-inappropriate way and still be able to examine that person. It's just like any doctor or any nurse. If someone, and you're right there. You're right there. Watch them. If they touch your kid inappropriately, then say something.
What about the other item where the TSA agent illegally told them that they could not film it? Luckily for the child, her father was an attorney and said, cite the code because you're lying. That's not illegal. I'm allowed to tape you.
Okay, let's split hairs now. Let's move from one subject to the other.
No, you've got multiple things going on here. You've got an illegal search. You've got an illegal search and seizure, and you have somebody that's telling them they can't film their child being touched. Multiple incidences.
The same thing all the time. You can't videotape us doing this. Well, I'm standing way back here. I'm 30 feet away. Of course I can do whatever I want. You know what? They're going to try to make their job easier.
My whole point is you need to be profiling the people who've done this, the people who do this daily, the people who are guilty, the people who've always been guilty, not the innocent. That's the same with the gun confiscation. You got a few killers out there who've done their job, and here we're taking guns away from the innocent people.
Okay, here's what it is. 100%. Scan everybody, 100%. I don't care if it's Obama going through. I don't care.
Scan him more than everybody.
Or I don't care if it's you, JD. I don't care if it's you and your kids. Everybody gets scanned. Everybody.
Well, they just need to use a little common sense, and they don't have any. They have zero common sense.
Well, eventually they decided not to pat her down. Eventually,
everyone is patted down. Everyone. Maybe not patted down. You go through. No alarms go off. Oh, we can't pat you down because, you can't go through there because you have a pacemaker or you have this, you have a rod in your leg. You're going to get wanted. You're going to get patted down. Hey, that's part of life.
Hey, man, I pay extra to get the extra double super pat down.
He wears a Scottish.
I'm telling you what, there's a couple TSA agents over there at RSW. They can pat me down any day of the week.
Twice on Sunday.
JD will wear an Irish Scottish kilt.
Thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate it, man. And look, Amber is so gracefully joined us now, only an hour late.
Woo!
All right, Amber, the show's over. We'll check you out next week.
All right, let's go to lunch.
No. All right, so that's something that you and I were going to talk about already, Smitty. We've only got a couple minutes before the top of the hour.
We can come back on it.
But that's something that I think you and I agree on is that at least they need to have some common sense.
think it's frustrating because if you're, I'm a mother. I travel with Preston by myself, and so I know how tough it is, having all the bags in one hand and Preston in the other. So, my heart goes out to the woman, with a disabled child. Yes, her husband was there, but, God, it's hard enough traveling with one child that is perfectly fine. To do this by yourself, and when they're aggravating you and separating both the child from myself, but because they make Preston go through separately,
right.
It's frustrating. And they know
because you blondes with children. You truly fit the profile of those
absolutely.
terrorists.
Oh yes.
Without your burqa on, of course, and without your towel on your head and your veil and all that stuff.
We're number one
if
on
you
the
say
FBI
that,
list.
if you were going to try something underhanded, wouldn't you send somebody like that through?
But here's the thing: they
Absolutely.
don't, because they want their own people doing it.
They
their
will.
own people have to get their 77
They
virgins
will.
and all that.
Smitty, I'm complying. I put my purse in
I'm
there.
not
I
saying
walk
you're not.
through.
I'm
You know
not
what I'm saying?
saying
But
it.
it's just like honestly, my biggest frustration is when they separate Preston from myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in a big,
All right, we'll get back into this after the break. 277-9600, 775-9600. We'll be right back.
Lex and Terry, 6 to 10 p.m.
Country singer Mindy McCready was found dead from what appears to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
It said she shot her dog, too.
Oh, man. Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Bitch.
How
Not
could you
Roofy.
do that?
Roofy. What do you have to kill Roofy for? He's asleep all the time.
I call him Roofy.
Yeah. Roofy.
Lex and Terry on 96 K-Rock. Talk that rocks.
Honey, we need to talk.
Oh, what's wrong now?
Well, you tried to fix the roof last week, and now our AC is broken again.
Well, what are you talking about? I fixed that AC a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fixing stuff is not your expertise. That's why I called Western Reserve Roofing and AC. Their skilled techs can fix a problem or give us a written estimate for repair. Western Reserve services all of Southwest Florida.
In Florida, nothing takes more of a beating than your roof and AC system. Western Reserve offers sales, service, and installation for commercial and residential projects. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084. 239-687-6084. They guarantee all their work at the best price possible.
Hey, honey, what is my expertise?
Well, we'll talk. But now take out the trash, all right?
Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084 and let them fix it right the first time. Roof license number CCC 132805 and AC license number CAC 022422.
Securing your family, your business, your property. That's what's important in your world. No matter how big, no matter how small. Secure your world with Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today.
Imperial Fire Alarm and Security is a local company with hometown service, the way it should be. One call to Imperial will align you with the most effective fire alarm security and surveillance systems, as well as state-of-the-art wireless monitoring. If you're a property manager or condo association member, ask about Imperial's wireless monitoring systems to replace costly and unreliable phone lines and save your community thousands. From individual homes to large communities, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security can secure your world.
Don't you think it's time to secure your world? Imperial Fire Alarm and Security services Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Learn more at imperialfiresecurity.com or to schedule your free consultation, call 239-288-6482. Secure your world at imperialfiresecurity.com.
License number EF2000046.
Hi, I'm Jamie Lane with Victory Lane Chevrolet, inviting you to our recently remodeled new dealership because right now is a great time to visit Victory Lane Chevrolet. For one, it's truck month, and that means great offers on new Chevy Silverados, recognized with the lowest cost of ownership of any full-size truck, and Silverado is still the most dependable, longest-lasting pickup on the road. But truck month isn't the only reason to check out our new dealership. You can also register to win a truckload of prizes, including a big screen TV, iPad, a weekend in Key West, restaurant certificates, Redneck Yacht Club passes, tickets to Disney, Kenny Chesney, and more. You can also register to win a suite for the Red Sox Twins game on March 8th at JetBlue Park. Truck month and more. Lots of great reasons to visit us at the corner of Fowler and Winkler in Fort Myers. That's why we say,
You're always a winner at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Victory Lane Chevrolet. That's L-A-Y-N-E.
Saturday and Sunday only. It's the final days of the Southwest Florida Pre-Owned Automotive Stimulus Event. It's bigger than huge.
Hurry, you only have till Sunday.
Hundreds of pre-owned vehicles from all over Florida are next to the Publix Shopping Center on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral and marked down to record low prices. We're doubling your tax refund.
Doubling your tax refund.
Paying MSRP for all trades and offering 60 seconds in the cash machine with all test drives. It's bigger than huge. Saturday and Sunday only.
Put zero down and credit approval is guaranteed.
At the final days of the Pre-Owned Automotive Stimulus Event next to the Publix Shopping Center on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral.
Only 2 days remain.
Get here fast because when they're gone, they're gone.
Plus tax tech title, dealer fee, and approved credit. Offers cannot be combined. Must be at addendum pricing. Base MSRP minus excess wear and tear. Tax refund matches in form of dealer discount up to $1,000. See dealer for complete details. Sponsored by Gettle Automotive.
The House of Flats. Lowest prices on new and like new tires. The House of Flats. The largest selection of used tires and original equipment tires. The House of Flats. Just south of Pine Ridge on Collier Boulevard in Naples. The House of Flats. Also offering general automotive repair. From tune-ups and brakes to alignment, shocks, struts, and more. The House of Flats. Before you take your vehicle anywhere else, call to compare. The House of Flats will beat anyone's prices. 353-0600. The House of Flats.
Double down your tax refund at Fort Myers Harley-Davidson or Naples Harley-Davidson and ride a pre-owned bike for as little as $99 a month with guaranteed credit approval. Guaranteed credit approval. Everybody rides no matter what your situation is. And while you're there, check out our huge selection of new 2013 Harley-Davidson models with zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 210 days. Check out HarleyFlorida.com for more information. Financing subject to lender approval. Not valid in conjunction with any other offer.
From the huge studios, WRXK, Bonita Springs, Naples, Fort Myers, a Beasley Broadcast Group station, 96K-Rock, and 96KRock.com. Talk that rocks.
The Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
You know, some people have no willpower, no brains, no vision. They just drift through life like lots of crap.
What is she talking about?
Now back to the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty on 96K-Rock.
All right, welcome to the second hour. Phone lines are open, 277-9600, or for the viewers around the world watching live streaming video on the Ledge Cam, 239-775-9600. You can visit our website and blog at theledgeradioshow.com or find us on Facebook. We've got Amber back in studio with us, and Smitty, of course.
Well, the welcome back for everybody. The second hour is going to be brought to you by Western Reserve Roofing and AC. They are a state licensed, bonded, and insured for all your residential and commercial needs. With over 20 years of experience, Western Reserve takes care of their clients at one time. One at a time. Visit their website, Western Reserve Roofing, for more details. 239-687-6084. That's 239-687-6084. Email them at info@westernreserveroofing.com to schedule your appointment today. That's 687-6084.
All right, thanks, Smitty. You know, last hour we covered quite a few items. We talked about Greg Eagle's incident, Dane Eagle, the association there or lack thereof, possibly,
and Paul Bean.
Yeah, Militant Paul called in and kind
righteous.
of vindicated for his stance early on in the election process, and kind of came out to fruition for him. We also talked about Governor Scott of Florida folding on the Medicaid expansion,
which I thought was great.
Just for the record, because I have been on the board in the past years for NCH Healthcare Clinic, we do not ask for any documentation because we feel like if you come in the first place that their services need to be rendered to them.
So you're saying if people show up for medical care, you will give it to them?
You will give it to them because we
Holy
feel like
cow.
But this is the thing, it's a clinic, it's not an ER, so I mean it's for minor, like the gentleman called in for a
shot
vaccine,
for the flu or something.
Things like that, minor cuts and sprains and things like that. But think about it, it's actually cheaper for us to do for the clinics than it would be for the ER, because if you're going into the ER, you know what I'm saying, it's
the cost is
3 times as high. So
right.
I mean, by Collier County actually paying for that, I mean it keeps the taxpayers cost down for the ER later. But the problem is for the Obamacare coming up, a new study came out is for the AMA Journal is that we're going to be short as of 2014 67,000 doctors right now, and that's with a 30% pay cut from Medicare and Medicaid.
That's right. Because of the new Obamacare rules that have gone into effect, Medicare is going to pay less. They're going to pay 30% less on their reimbursements to doctors. And basically, the way it works is when you come in with Medicare, the doctor, if they accept Medicare, they take you as a patient. Medicare will only pay them a certain dollar amount. Well, now they're going to pay them 30% less. And in general, Medicare has always been the lowest pay of any insurance company out there. So if you thought your Blue Cross was bad, you ought to see what Medicare is offering to pay. If the doctor has to charge $1,000 for an MRI, Medicare will pay like $80.
That's about right.
It's ridiculous. Maybe, and some of the good insurance companies, like, I won't name any because I don't know any really good ones these days, but they might pay $200 for that $1,000 MRI. Right. Medicare is like $80.
Right.
And that's, for a doctor, that's hard to continue to do business that way.
Well, especially here in Southwest Florida, where 80% of your business is
from Medicare patients. That's right.
And we're taking a 30% loss on that. I mean, do you either cut Medicare altogether and go cash? Well, are we in an economic, place where we can actually do that?
Right.
Or do we just kind of bite the bullet? And we're suffering. But our rent doesn't go down. Our girls, pay doesn't go down. Now with minimum wage going up, you're kind of forced to raise your wages.
You know what you could do to increase revenue in an office like such as yours, a chiropractic or a medical profession? If you got some hot girls working in there, they could do a little dual service. They could do stripper and medical. Okay?
Why didn't I think of that?
It's a cash business,
I
right,
have some
Smitty?
pretty good-looking girls in there. So.
See? And then you could hire the hot girls out of college. They could work for cash tips. And, because, you got a lot of times the girl comes in to do she's got to take your blood pressure and all that. You get the hot girls to do that, it's going to boost business. I think you advertise for that.
So I think the first thing we need to make a new scrub. Those new scrubs that are kind of low cut. Hot scrubs. There we go. Like tight pants, hot scrubs. What do you think?
Just put those backless gowns on them.
and leave them open.
Leave them open. That's all you need.
Patient gowns on the nurses.
There we go. That's perfect.
I like that. Let's take a call real quick, even though I hate to take this call. Smitty, I'm going to let you take the call. It's your buddy.
Mr. Pete?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, Pete from Tampa.
JD's back, huh?
Yeah, he's back.
And you got that lovely
Amber.
Airhead.
Hey, how did you like the fact that the
Peter,
Florida Governor Scott
right?
now is going with the Medicaid? He's expanding it. What do you think?
Who's the Medicaid? Who's the guy that's bad-mouthing Medicaid? I just had a cataract operation.
It's
it would have cost me $1,000. It cost me $178.
Oh, there you go. That's my man. That's my man.
Point. Pete, that's our point, is that
because you were a throwaway, Pete. She wants you to go around with one eyeball.
Hey,
it doesn't hurt me. Your eyeball doesn't hurt me.
She's just perpetuating a stereotype.
I'm married to a physician, Pete, so no, we've done it for 10 years. I've seen the bills that come in. I've billed them out. I've worked in the office for many, many years. I hire the girls. So no, I'm not perpetuating anything except for a fact that you actually need to listen to.
What do you think about it, Pete? You think it's a good idea?
I just told you, Medicare is a good idea. Medicaid. Scott. Well, Scott is flipping around like crazy to get.
Well, you should like that. Now he's doing Democrat stuff.
No, he's just like Romney. Flip flops on everything.
He's not going to get reelected.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Too many lies, Well, people aren't that stupid. He'll flip again.
Yeah, one lie's enough for me, and I'm already ready to
vote for
somebody
Romney.
else.
He lied his tail off.
Oh, and Obama didn't.
In all fairness, the reason Scott's going this is because he's worked at the hospitals as the CEO, and this is good for the hospitals. So and
he probably still has
ties there,
stock in there, investments in it.
Well, Pete says it's a good idea.
Well, if he says it is, it must be.
And thank God. Otherwise, I'd be going around with a white cane.
Mm-hmm. We can only hope.
Wait till your time comes, Steve.
I'm not going to live that long, Pete. I'm not going to live that long.
You'll be wishing Medicare, Medicaid, and Medicare even better.
Hey, by then, Pete,
it won't be existing.
What the heck was Rubio talking about?
Well, listen, by the time
he was giving praise to all the government programs, and then he turns around and he says, "Oh well, we got to get rid of them."
I don't know, Pete.
I have reached a point with Republicans.
What is that point?
Winston Churchill reached a point with the Nazis. There's no more lies. You cannot compromise or reason with evil. Total war. That's it.
That's how they are, Pete.
They're trying to destroy us.
Load your shotgun, buddy.
I got it, buddy.
Load your slingshot.
All right. Thanks for the call, Pete.
Gentlemen. Great show.
All right, take care,
Pete.
buddy.
Bye-bye.
I love you, Pete.
I know you do.
Pete's great.
Sure you do. You probably texted him before the show to
I'm
have him
sure.
call in.
He's my uncle. Okay?
I knew it.
Sure.
Uncle,
my long-lost uncle.
Pete.
Uncle Pete.
Smitty's
I'm going to
Uncle
start calling
Pete.
him Uncle Pete.
You should.
He's kind of equivalent to like the Uncle Biden that we have.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe Biden.
The dumbest guy on the planet.
Pete's smart, man. Pete knows.
Not Pete. I'm talking about Biden.
Don't talk about Pete like that.
I don't think Pete's dumb. I just think that he's a Democrat, and that's kind of the same category.
He's definitely liberal.
Yeah, he's definitely in the same category. So we also talked about TSA.
Look, I think the TSA thing is a tough position for them.
Yeah.
And I understand that these guys get upset. And let me tell you something. It breaks your heart when you watch this video of this little girl who's 3 years old crying her eyes out. I mean, I just hate to see kids cry, period. But she's crying and crying. Then you look and you watch, and the mother gives her back her little fluffy doll that she said they had to scan, and then she gave her the iPad, and she's sitting there and she quieted right up. So all this is a lot of hype, I think.
Yeah, it is.
The parents obviously were very,
The mom was cool.
Yeah,
she
the mom was
calm the
very
whole time.
calm.
You know, I would not have been
Oh,
calm.
no.
I
I told him I wish I was there when it happened so I can video him.
Yeah.
And I think they just need to be careful a little bit about what you're doing and not blow this out of proportion because, like I said, kids will cry over a candy bar they can't get.
I know, but it's just more of the position of
It is, and the poor kid breaks your heart.
Right.
But at the same time, they got to do their job. And these people that are trying to do stuff, who would have thought shoe bombers? I didn't even know what a shoe bomb was.
But in all, realistically, do you think Al Qaeda's going to, blow us up again using, a flight? I just don't think that's a type of transportation. If they really want to cripple us, they take out the trucking systems. There's plenty of other things that they could do.
Did you guys hear that beeping? Speaking of the shoe bomb, you hear that beeping out here?
Yeah, man, this place is going to go up.
It's coming from Amber's purse. We should have scanned it on the way in.
That's right, 277.
Okay.
277-9600 or 775-9600.
All right, here's something off topic, though. Off topic. Man, what is that beeping? We're about to blow up over here. All right.
It's a backup power source.
Oh, the power source. Well, don't press the button. It'll shut everything down.
Turn that.
Pay your bill, would you?
My lipstick vibrator off. My God.
All right, so, hey, look, it stopped. Sweet. We're good. We're back on.
I got it. I turned it off.
Okay. You didn't build that. Obama built it. All right, so here's a little story. Smitty's going to get a kick out of this one.
Yeah.
So Biden may be the interim president by the end of 2013.
That's what I hear.
So excited.
Very quietly, Obama's citizenship case is reaching the Supreme Court.
Again.
This is from the AP out of Washington, D.C. In a move certain to fuel the debate over Obama's qualifications for presidency, the group Americans for Freedom of Information has released copies of President Obama's college transcripts from Occidental College. Released today. Well, it says today. It was a couple days ago. It was a while back. The transcript school indicates that Obama, under the name Barry Sotoro, received financial aid as a foreign student from Indonesia as an undergrad. The transcript was released by Occidental College in compliance with a court order in a suit brought by the group in the Superior Court of California. The transcript shows that Obama Sotero applied for financial aid and was awarded a fellowship for foreign students from the Fulbright Foundation Scholarship Program. To qualify for the scholarship, a student must claim foreign citizenship. The document would seem to provide the smoking gun that many of Obama's detractors have been seeking, along with the evidence that he was first born in Kenya, which, we don't purport to believe that was true. There is no record of him ever applying for U.S. citizenship. It's looking pretty grim. The news has created a firestorm at the White House as the release casts increasing doubt about Obama's legitimacy and qualification to serve as president. So, what do you think, Smitty? If this is true, if it's true, and this is just a story that's out now from the AP.
Yeah, it could be a hoax somebody created. There was a recent hoax on, I don't know the exact...
Don't try to change the story.
No, I'm just talking about hoaxes here.
Right.
There was a thing called the duffel bag. Somebody said that the Guantanamo Bay, the prisoners were getting GI Bills and all this, and Mitch McConnell actually wrote to the Senate and said, my constituents contacted me about this big issue, and it was all a spoof. It was all parody. But he took it so serious, and this could be another hoax.
Could be.
It could be another hoax. Now,
if this is true...
Well, first of all,
what happens if it's true?
Well, first of all, was it a blatant thing that he did to somebody else type it in? Is going to be?
Oh, now he didn't know. Now he didn't know how he applied for college.
It's going to be up for discussion. Did he really do it intentionally? Did he game the system to get free education, to get a grant? I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. I mean, we're all speculating here what it is. And that you guys have been hunting for this issue for. 6 years
because in
now.
no time ever in American history has a president been so non-transparent as this one. Now he's been hiding everything, waiting till the last minute to bring stuff out. And so, of course, it's going to make people wonder. And now if this proves to be, correct,
right?
I mean, we could have some major shakeups there.
Well, if let's take your best case scenario. Your best case scenario would be that somehow they finger him to say, yep, he's the one who did it. It's his handwriting. He did it. He wanted to do this. He intentionally did this. Then you got to go back to how old he was.
So now it's got to be his handwriting.
Well, yeah, you got to find who did it. I mean, you just can't say it's on a piece of paper.
To college on a student,
you just can't say it's
job.
typed in on a piece of paper and say, oh, yeah, well,
Wouldn't he have known that he got a scholarship from a foreign aid package?
We're saying the best case scenario for you would be that yes, he did it,
sure,
and it's all a scam. He gamed the system to get into college.
Right.
Then
what happens?
He's
a bright guy. I mean, if you know how to work the system, obviously.
Right.
So, I mean...
So if he's guilty of gaming the system to get into free college, does that mean that we're just going to now take the president of the United States and say, oh, now you're not president, and Biden gets in?
Well, here's what I fear. Who's the Attorney General? Eric Holder. He's not going to bring any charges against the guy.
No.
That's his buddy. It's his best friend. Him and Rahm Emanuel, best friends. They're not going to do anything to him. Now, unless the Supreme Court strikes down John Roberts, Roberts swore him in, if he can strike it down and say, yeah, for now, you got to step aside while we investigate this a little further, or it's been investigated, you've been found guilty, your presidency is null and void, Joe Biden is now or do they come back and say, wait a minute, who came in second in the presidency? Oh, it was Romney.
They'll probably most likely put in Joe Biden, and it'll be in litigation for a year and a half.
At least.
So, which will be the interim of his presidency. What's left of it. I mean, he has about 3.5 years.
Who becomes vice president? Beholder?
No, it would be Biden.
Well, I'm saying Biden becomes president.
No,
who becomes the vice?
No, it'd be
House.
it's John Boehner.
John Boehner. So John Boehner could be the vice president.
You'd have a Democrat and a Republican.
And actually, that would be a pretty good setup. I mean, in all honesty.
Well, it would be if we had
because you've been losing everything up to this point. Why not?
No, I'm saying
she
this
means
period
in
general.
If you did have
something like that set up,
if you did have the president was going to be a one party and the VP was another party.
All Biden has to say is, take your orders. I'm sending you to Alaska to go fishing and be gone.
Oh yeah, I think Boehner's definitely the one to apply. Oh yeah.
He'll send them away.
Yes,
the president says, "Hey, I want you to go to Russia and talk to people." Then you go,
Sergeant. Well, that's the Secretary of State's job. That's where John Kerry will be.
Well, that worked with Clinton. They sit around 42.
They'll bury him. They'll bury poor Boehner.
They had to keep Clinton away.
I know they had to keep putting her on flights.
Yeah, well, but I think
it's a crazy incident if that happens.
Well, and I wonder though if they did that to her to keep her away from the president,
absolutely believe that,
so that she wouldn't be marred by all of the crap that's going to come up after he's done.
And she's a really bright woman. I mean, her and Bill both are very smart people, and
that's right. They're from your home state.
They are. Yes, my dad and Bill were pretty good friends when he was governor. But I would say Hillary's very smart, and so she will. I think she separated herself. I mean, she wanted this position for if she decides to run for presidency.
She's going to run.
You know what I'm saying? But this way, she's enough.
I
separated from all the.
I'm just hoping that all those years in Arkansas with fried chicken is going to catch up to her later, and the
it
heart.
Already is.
The heart. She had some heart problems, and she just can't run. I mean,
I know when she fell and busted her head and passed out and had to get glasses and all that. You guys were like, it's a scam.
All right,
she's faking it.
Let's take a break. 277-9600, 775-9600. We'll be right back.
Zito and Jared.
Okay, I love you guys.
Oh, we love you. We love you back, baby. That's why we're doing this, because we love you.
Zito and Garrett middays, 10 to 2 p.m. after Bubba on 96 K-Rock. Talk that rocks. 96 K-Rock, shaking hands and kissing babies. Live on location.
Hey, everybody, it's Bob Garrett out with you today at Fifth Third Bank.
We're in Cape Coral at the Surfside branch of Fifth Third Bank, 2402 Surfside Boulevard. That's right off of Veterans here. Come join me. You'll see the K-Rock Hummer. Going on today, Community Appreciation Celebration. It's been going on since 9, lasts until 2. I'm here till 1, and they're giving stuff away, too. I got a 42-inch flat screen TV for you, giving away an iPad, an iPod, a whole lot more prizes, too, for customer appreciation celebration here at Fifth Third Bank in Cape Coral. The prize wheel spinning, people loving that. And there's a money booth, too, with your chance to win some cash. Bring the kids, too. Got balloons and got some face painting going on. Free food, prizes, got music out here. So much going on. Community Appreciation Celebration. Surfside Boulevard, Cape Coral, 5th, 3rd. Join me, Bob Garrett, 96 K-Rock.
Securing your family, your business, your property. That's what's important in your world. No matter how big, no matter how small, secure your world with Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today.
Imperial Fire Alarm and Security is a local company with hometown service, the way it should be. One call to Imperial will align you with the most effective fire alarm security and surveillance systems, as well as state-of-the-art wireless monitoring. If you're a property manager or condo association member, ask about Imperial's wireless monitoring systems to replace costly and unreliable phone lines and save your community thousands. From individual homes to large communities, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security can secure your world.
Don't you think it's time to secure your world? Imperial Fire Alarm and Security services Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Learn more at imperialfiresecurity.com or to schedule your free consultation, call 239-288-6482. Secure your world at imperialfiresecurity.com.
License number EF2000046.
ZOOMTAN. I was tan last summer, now I'm pale again. I need a little bit of help to be ready for the beach soon. Tan puts some within my reach. Brown as a biscuit for $9.99. ZoomTan.com for a limited time. $9.99.
Zoomtan has 25 locations throughout Florida. Go to Zoomtan.com for a location near you and for a free spray tan coupon. That's Zoomtan.com. Why be pale and pasty when you can be tan and tasty?
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and I'd like to tell you some things about my firm. I began this firm in 1988, and there were only 5 of us. Today we have close to 120 attorneys and almost 800 capable staff members. Our mission in the beginning is the same as it is today, and that is to provide full-service legal help to those who need it in their most desperate hour. And those services are many. Social Security disability, workers' compensation, personal injury and auto accidents, medical malpractice, wage and hour disputes, and nursing home abuse. What we hope to do for all of our clients is to attempt to level the playing field with powers that hope to deny them justice and with corporate bullies and insurance companies who put profit over people. If you have questions about your case, visit forthepeople.com and have an online chat or call Morgan & Morgan at 1-800-MORGAN-LAW. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
At Advance Auto Parts, we don't just sell parts. Oh, no. We get you the part you need. Lickety-split. Our knowledgeable team members will do the legwork, arm work, or torso work, whatever it takes, to make sure you don't just get a part, you get the right part. Fast. Plus, right now, get up to $50 back by mail when you buy Moog steering and suspension products. Only at Advance Auto Parts. See store for details. Mail-in rebate. Void where prohibited.
The Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
Part of the story I don't like is that the little boy gave up looking for Happy after an hour. He didn't put posters up or anything. He just sat on the porch like a goon and waited. That little boy's got to think. You got a pet. You got a responsibility. If your dog is lost, you don't look for an hour and then call it quits. You get your ass out there and you find that dog.
Now back to the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty on 96 K-Rock.
Welcome back, 239-277-9600 or 775-9600. You can email us at JD or Smitty at theledgeradioshow.com. Check out our live stream at theledgeradioshow.com. We've had some interesting discussions so far. I've waited until this moment to get into this topic. You know, it seems like even though it's been like 8 weeks since the Sandy Hook incident, 3/4 of all news stories in the news are still about gun rights or gun control one way or the other. And this story that I saw come out was, I thought was pretty interesting. Mexico, the country of Mexico, is asking the U.S. Senate for a registry of U.S. gun owners, at least along the border states. Why would that be? What purpose does that serve? That would help the United States. Why would we even entertain this idea?
They shouldn't even have anything to do with us.
I know.
Man. Mexico is Mexico, and why they're even wanting to get involved with this is beyond me.
They have some gall to submit that, don't they?
They do.
God.
I mean, what the? Like, they got gun control over there? Oh, my gosh. We've had people killed on their lakes that were bordering their border, and it's just wrong for them to even, even.
Mexico actually has some of the strictest gun control laws there are, but look how that works out.
Yeah,
for them.
they don't enforce any of them.
Yeah,
well, they don't because the drug lords kill their military and kill their cops. I mean, I've got a small audio clip. I think it's cut 5, Sick Rick. This is the actual story when it broke. You have that queued up over there, Sick Rick. Cut 5. Let's hear from cut 5, please.
First tonight, would you want the government of Mexico to know if you own a gun?
A new proposal would do just that. And as CBS 5's Elizabeth Irwin discovers, a lot of people are not happy about this one.
Arizonans are passionate about their Second Amendment rights. Passionate about making sure nobody messes with them.
It's an infringement on its highest level.
And when we told people that Arizona, a state that doesn't require its residents to register their guns, is being asked to hand a registry over to Mexico...
Mexico's asking for that?
Well, my first reaction was, I don't like it, actually.
Needless to say, they weren't excited about the idea. Here's how it would work. Mexico's Congress voted to ask the U.S. Senate to create a registry of all commercialized firearms in border states, including Arizona. Mexico's government says it'll make it easier to trace guns used in violent attacks there. But people we talked to on this side of the border are wary.
Being in light with what happened with, all the weapons, the assault weapons that went over there.
He's talking about the botched Fast and Furious investigation, a series of gun-walking operations where officials purposely allowed licensed firearms dealers to sell weapons to illegal straw buyers, hoping to track the guns to Mexican drug cartels. Problem is, most of those guns have never been seen again.
After the little fiasco that our country had, with the guns being provided by our government that went into Mexico, I think it's foolish.
It's an invasion of privacy. It's an invasion of safety.
Well, would you agree? What do you think?
It's about time Mexico should mind their own business. I mean, I don't why the heck we're even messing with Mexico. I don't know who would even support that. That's just, I'm sure it's probably somebody on the border.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's border states, Arizona, Texas, those kind of. They're looking for the registration for those. But the funny thing is most of those states, if not all of them, they don't have registration laws anyway.
Right.
Just like with the state of Florida.
Right.
Let's take a quick call. We've got line 1. We got Joe Whitehead. Man, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, great program you're going this morning, and I wanted to chime in and just add to this discussion, if I may.
Sure, please.
One of the real red herrings that gets thrown out about gun control by the gun control advocates is that there's this direct connection between crime rates and crime and how many guns there are. Well, right now, we're up to about a 350 million mark in the United States in terms of firearms in the hands of private citizens. There's only 312, 13 million people. But in addition to that, if you go back to 2002, and you take what's called the UCR FBI crime stats, that's the Uniform Crime Reporting Statistics, it's the collective numbers from around the country, and they do these in what's called crimes committed per 100,000 people. Well, the violent crimes committed per 100,000 people was up over 600 in 2002, actually 2001, 2002. It's now currently just over 300 by the recent statistics that came out. It's been trending down steadily since then. It demonstrates very, very clearly that there's no correlation between simply guns being in the hands of private citizens and crime rate. In fact, you could argue the other direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look at some of the countries that have banned weapons and look at their crime rates, not necessarily their gun violence rates or their gun death rates, but their crime rates have skyrocketed by hundreds of percentage points. As soon as they disarmed their civilians, the criminals realized they had an open season on these folks, and so they took advantage of the situation.
Absolutely. By the way, I want to invite both of you guys, if you're interested, Collier County Commission this Tuesday is taking on the issue of a resolution stating their support for the Second Amendment and gun ownership.
Okay.
And that's at 10:15 on Tuesday morning. I'm going to be there and speak, and if either you gentlemen are So in Clyde, love to see you there. You guys are great guys. And Smitty, even for a live dude, you're very cool.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Joe. Thanks for calling, buddy.
Take care, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Joe.
All right, on top of that,
Joe's great on statistics, and and he's up on everything, man.
Well, he was a former police officer, a professional wrestler.
I wouldn't even know what that
CPIU
CPIU thing he was talking. I wouldn't know where to even look for it.
See, he's got it, man.
Yeah, he does.
Now, there's been some other stories that came out as well. Did you guys, anybody see the photos of the new civilian targets that are out there? American civilian targets. I'm talking about targets with children with guns, elderly women with guns, pregnant women with a gun in their hand.
No, I didn't see that one.
And guess where these targets are being
manufactured at?
Well,
Fort Myers?
No, not in Fort Myers. But the company behind the shooting targets of the children, they received a $2 million from the Department of Homeland Security. Now, this kind of correlates quite well with the fact that the Department of Homeland Security has been purchasing millions and millions of rounds of ammunition. The Department of Homeland Security, they don't do anything overseas. They don't do anything in other countries. Their job is here. Their job is on our streets. So what purpose are they buying this ammo for? Who are they going to be assaulting or going after in the streets of America? And why do they have these training aids depicting children, American children?
I haven't seen
and I might add, all of the pictures are all white people. Because God forbid you put somebody else that's not white, then you'd have they'd be racist.
What's it, just a black outline or something?
No, it's an actual color photo of women, pregnant women with a child with a gun. What I've found out is that they're using these training aids to numb the senses of the Department of Homeland Security, so they will get used to having to fire on American civilians during a time of mass insurrection. What do you say about that?
Man,
that is stunning, isn't it?
That's bizarre.
Stunning. And I've got the letterhead right here from the Department of Homeland Security. They're the ones that funded this project. Can you imagine anything more dramatic than that on American soil?
Have they been asked to comment on why they're doing this?
No, they won't comment.
They won't comment.
No, they won't. This is like a super secret CIA,
it's a committee type
extra
of thing.
underneath the ground.
You have 12 people to sit around and decide this going on.
With it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're taking up all the bullets there, and then the EPA is now changing the content of trying to outlaw lead bullets.
They're trying.
Where you're going to up the cost of to make them.
Look
copper,
at the cost of bullets now. Ammo has gone up over 125% since the Sandy Hook shooting. Not since the shooting, but since Obama and the leftists have decided they're going to have a war on guns for the Americans, the innocent American civilians to own. So ammo is now at an average of 125% up in cost. It used to cost you, before the shooting, $20 for a 500-round box of 22 caliber bullets. You can go out and go, shooting in the woods with the kids or something.
Sure.
At the shooting range, whatever.
Well,
now it's $50 for a box.
You bought your box of
mine.
And it came from South Korea, was it?
Well, ammo's made everywhere.
I'm saying, but your specific box.
Yeah, South Korea. At least it wasn't North Korea.
That's right. It was South Korea.
Yeah, at least
I'm
it wasn't
thinking,
North
you
Korea.
mean to tell me we can't make ammo here now?
That cheap, yeah.
I mean,
we do.
geez, we can't make ammo in America. What if they shut us down and say, "That's it, no more ammo for you, Maka. No more ammo." Then what do we do?
Well, here's something else. Now, this is I actually enjoy this article.
Well, real quick before you jump to the guns, the Mississippi House Speaker, Philip Gunn, has invited gun makers such as Colt to relocate to his states.
That's right.
Other than Connecticut, because Connecticut, of course, is very controversial because of all the
They're anti-gun as can be.
Well, you can't blame them. They're a little gun shy.
Sure, you can blame them. Look at the statistics.
Well,
states that have fewer gun rights have fewer gun deaths.
Anyhow,
or fewer gun laws have fewer gun deaths.
20 children and 6 adults have been killed at the Connecticut. So
yeah, we know what happened.
So that's why.
And had that school had armed people there, they wouldn't have been killed.
Well,
but instead, they decide to further the gun ban. There was already a gun-free zone at the school. That didn't work, so let's make the whole state gun-free. Now we can have killings everywhere, not just at schools.
They had protectors in Columbine, too, and they didn't help. So
protectors?
Yeah, the guys walking around with guns. They had people with guns.
We know Evan Todd, the gentleman from Columbine, is out speaking now, the student that actually talked down the 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, his position, he just wrote the president was,
I just saw it.
that we need that students on campuses should be allowed, if they file proper registration, be able to allow to carry concealed weapons weapons on, because
college
right now,
campuses.
college campuses. And I'd be the first, if it was 15 years ago, I'd be the first to say put my
Well,
9mm in my purse.
Mississippi's trying to get them to move now from Connecticut.
Well, they're not the only one.
They're trying to take, if I was up there, and you got to think the labor costs up in Connecticut in the northern states are always a little bit higher.
Why is that? You mean because of the union?
Well,
and state tax and Democrat controlled. Yes,
it's
obviously.
It doesn't do with the unions, really. It
has everything to do with the unions.
Okay, of course.
That's why
of course
you mentioned what labor costs. Why would labor costs be higher? Because of the unions.
Because of the states have social programs that are conscientious about people that they need to help. Okay,
oh my
that's
goodness,
why.
we're back to this.
That's why.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
God.
Oh God.
Give me a doll.
I don't want to help
pencil.
anybody. You're going to walk around and be dead with one eye and dragging a cane. I don't care Medicaid or nothing. You're not going to get nothing.
It's not. It's taxpayers. I mean, look, I didn't
guys
get to.
are
I didn't
just
get
selfish,
to rebuttal.
man.
No, listen,
You got to help
listen.
other people.
In all fairness,
Selfish.
I didn't get to rebuttal this earlier because I was on the way here and I was listening to you talk garbage. It's no different if I'm paying it on my employees, the $20,000 per employee to go towards the Obamacare plan, or if it's coming out of my taxes on my property tax, state tax, income tax. So either way, it's going to cover the hospitals bill the state at the end of the month, for whatever for the
the free health care
for the free
they give
healthcare
out.
costs. So for whoever comes in that doesn't have healthcare costs, they bill the state, and the state reimburses. Then the state gets it back from us.
But the Medicaid's going to be picked up for the first 3 or 4 years by the government. And
That's their fishing line.
Oh, is that a fishing line?
They go. Here, we'll pay for the first 3 years, and
Okay.
after that, we're going to pay 90%.
Okay.
Then we're going to pay 80%,
That's-
and then
that
before
makes
then
smart.
you're going to pay all of it.
That's a smart
but
thing.
in
It's
order,
the right thing to do.
Yeah, except there's strings attached. In order for
course
you
it
to
is.
get this 100%, you've got to follow these guidelines, and then it traps you, and you can't get out of it.
Well, he said he can revisit it. Scott said he can revisit that in three years or so.
Well, anyway, but the Mississippi guy, he's not the only one.
No.
Governor Perry from Texas, he wrote like 26 different gun manufacturers trying to get them to come to his state as well.
Absolutely.
Because he doesn't have a state income tax. They'll give incentives to get them there.
Yes,
if they
they
can
will.
cut down some of the building costs, some of the building code costs, they'll do that as well to make it more efficient to build your weapons in their states. But here's the best thing that I've heard. There's like 50-something gun manufacturing companies, whether it's from bullets to the full gun, have said flat out, we will not sell our components, our parts, or our guns, or our ammo to government agencies
Good for them.
who have stricken the Second Amendment from their citizens. If a citizen is not allowed to buy that part in your town, I'm not going to sell my gun to your police force, your military, your state militia, or anything. And there's only like one that's come out and said, "Oh, we're going to keep doing it." That's Armalite. So you got to, if you're pro-gun, you need to be anti-Armalite right now. But multiple companies have said they're not going to provide their weapons to the police forces of the states that are trying to ban the Second Amendment, trying to infringe on the Second Amendment, and I think that's wonderful.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Yep.
So now if we can just put the veterans working for these companies, would be great.
Absolutely it does. Sure.
It does, yeah.
Then the police need to go to their governor and say, hey, man, this ain't working. We're not getting the right guns. And the governor says, what do you mean?
What do you think will happen now when all of a sudden the police say, hey, we'd like to get something, and they say, we're not going to sell it to you?
They'll buy Russian AKs.
You think the feds will step in and say, no, you have to sell them too?
I think it'd be a good opportunity
you can't supersede because it's a private entity. You cannot supersede
Right,
that.
it's a private company. But I think what could happen is that the Department of Homeland Security, they can swoop in and be the new police force for that town with their big weapons that they bought from the Russians.
And that might be the position that they need in order to
Possibly.
position
All right,
themselves.
more on this and other things when we get back. 239-277-9600, 775-9600. We'll be right back.
March 2nd and 3rd at the German-American Social Club in Cape Coral. It's the 9th Annual Irish Festival. Great live music both days, corned beef and cabbage, and lots of beer. Tickets are just $6 for adults, kids 12 and under free. Events start at 11 a.m. each day. The 9th Annual Irish Festival at 2101 Pine Island Road on the Cape. For more information on this event, visit 96krock.com.
96K-Rock.
Honey, we need to talk.
Oh, what's wrong now?
Well, you tried to fix the roof last week, and now our AC is broken again.
Well, what are you talking about? I fixed that AC a few weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fixing stuff is not your expertise. That's why I called Western Reserve Roofing and AC. Their skilled techs can fix the problem or give us a written estimate for repair. Western Reserve services all of Southwest Florida.
In Florida, nothing takes more of a beating than your roof and AC system. Western Reserve offers sales, service, and installation for commercial and residential projects. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084. 239-687-6084. They guarantee all their work at the best price possible.
Hey, honey, what is my expertise?
Well, we'll talk. But now take out the trash, all right?
Call Western Reserve now at 239-687-6084 and let them fix it right the first time. Roof license number CCC 132805 and AC license number CAC 022422.
Securing your family, your business, your property. That's what's important in your world. No matter how big, no matter how small, secure your world with Imperial Fire Alarm and Security today.
Imperial Fire Alarm and Security is a local company with hometown service, the way it should be. One call to Imperial will align you with the most effective fire alarm, security, and surveillance systems, as well as state-of-the-art wireless monitoring. If you're a property manager or condo association member, ask about Imperial's wireless monitoring systems to replace costly and unreliable phone lines and save your community thousands. From individual homes to large communities, Imperial Fire Alarm and Security can secure your world.
Don't you think it's time to secure your world? Imperial Fire Alarm and Security services Lee, Charlotte, and Collier counties. Learn more at ImperialFireSecurity.com or to schedule your free consultation, call 239-288-6482. Secure your world at ImperialFireSecurity.com.
License number EF2000046.
Duncan's Diamonds, the largest diamond and jewelry superstores, is having a diamond sale with savings of up to 75%. Find great prices on certified diamonds. Make Mr. Duncan an offer. Duncan's Diamond Extravaganza, Fort Myers, US 41, and in the Gulf Coast Town Center.
Caroline, you're right. That Bergeron, he thinks he owns the place when he walks in. That's our guy.
He
That's our
just storms in here like
infomercial
it's
guy from
Bergeron
Atlanta.
Kia.
Oh, Bergeron, sit down and
We're gonna
relax.
have to rename
Have a
Priscilla
drink.
Kia.
We have Bergeron. Caroline, everybody comes in here and thinks they want to be us or something. I don't get all out. What
I don't know why.
My God, let's talk
I
cars,
don't know
Caroline.
why. What are you talking about? You haven't made.
I don't know how you work with that guy Abby for the last 15 years.
Billy's flat car going out.
Oh my
Cosmos.
God! All right, you think they want to hear about our drama right here? No.
So stressful.
Let's talk about cars. Let's talk about trades. Let's talk about all the cars during Usathon 2013 that we took in last month. Let's talk about some of these Mercedes and BMWs. Let's talk about some of these SUVs. Let's talk about some of these vans. Folks, if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, right here in Cape Coral, of course, everybody knows where we are right now.
At Fusillo Kia.
It's unbelievable. Huh?
Right?
Man, I'll tell you something. All the money we're saving people, all the people we're getting financed, it's all about being huge, Southwest Florida. I mean huge.
Double down your tax refund at Fort Myers Harley-Davidson or Naples Harley-Davidson and ride a pre-owned bike for as little as $99 a month with guaranteed credit approval. Credit approval. Everybody rides no matter what your situation is. And while you're there, check out our huge selection of new 2013 Harley-Davidson models with zero down, zero interest, and no payments for 210 days. Check out HarleyFlorida.com for more information. Financing subject to lender approval. Not valid in conjunction with any other offer.
Saturday and Sunday only. It's the final days of the Southwest Florida Pre-Owned Automotive Stimulus Event. It's bigger than huge. Hurry, you only have till Sunday. Hundreds of pre-owned vehicles from all over Florida are next to the Publix Shopping Center on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral and marked down to record low prices. We're doubling your tax refund. Doubling your tax refund. Paying MSRP for all trades and offering 60 seconds in the cash machine with all test drives. It's bigger than huge. Saturday and Sunday only. Put zero down and credit approval is guaranteed at the final days of the pre-owned automotive stimulus event next to the Publix Shopping Center on Del Prado Boulevard in Cape Coral. Only 2 days remain. Get here fast because when they're gone, they're gone.
Plus tax, tech, title, dealer fee, and approved credit. Offers cannot be combined. Must be at addendum pricing. Base MSRP minus excess wear and tear. Tax refund matches in form of dealer discount up to $1,000. See dealer for complete details. Sponsored by Gettle Automotive.
ECHO, a non-profit organization fighting world hunger
Hunger presents Taste the World this Saturday at the Bell Tower Shops. Come out to this incredible food festival from 4 to 7 p.m. and taste international hors d'oeuvres, enjoy live music, steel drum show, and dancing as the sun goes down. 100% of the proceeds benefit ECHO's mission to reduce hunger. Taste the World this Saturday at the Bell Tower Shops from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Log on to www.echonet.org for more information.
The Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty.
Son of a bitch, Paul, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Now back to the Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty on 96 K-Rock.
Welcome back, 239-277-9600 or 775-9600. You can email us at JD or Smitty at theledgeradioshow.com. You can also check out our live stream at theledgeradioshow.com. All right, when we went to break, we were talking a little bit about guns, gun control, gun rights. I do have some what I think is pretty good news, some kind of good and welfare without the welfare. A Virginia Beach pizza shop is offering a 15% discount to anyone who brings in a gun or a concealed carry permit. I mean, people are carrying in their AR-15s, they're carrying in their 9mm, and they're getting 15% off their food purchase.
I mean, it's
creative.
It's very creative, but I mean, they're not like loaded or anything, right?
Sure, it's legal.
No, I know, but I mean, just for safety issues.
Well, an unloaded gun isn't safe. How are you going to shoot the bad guy?
Safety issues for the rest of the people in there.
Well, how are they going to get shot up?
Does a pizza parlor...
Amber, I got to teach you some stuff, man.
No, does a pizza parlor serve liquor, is my question.
I don't know if they do.
Because you cannot drink and carry a gun. So, I mean, I would guess they would have to...
How many pizza shops other than Il Primo have beer? Okay.
Most around here, actually.
Pizza Hut.
You can buy beer at a gas station.
Yeah, you can go get liquored up before you go in there if you really wanted to.
Just build a pizza place right next to that.
I don't know if I think it's a great marketing idea.
Think about this. In the Old West, everyone had a gun on. They're in the bar. Okay? Now, yeah, they'd have a shooting once in a while on TV. Okay? But they're in... If everyone had a gun strapped to their side, like Vermont actually has an open carry policy, everyone can have a gun on their outside of their clothing. Who's going to rob that guy?
Nobody.
Nobody.
I'm just speaking from experience. If I had a couple tequilas in me and I had a 9mm, I probably wouldn't shoot somebody.
a lot more road rage going on.
Yeah, I'd probably be shooting some white
still
Cadillac
That's my
tires
parking
out.
spot, man.
Exactly.
Remember this: people carry guns already, okay, but they carry them concealed, whether they have a license or not.
Well, on your belt is not really concealed.
No, that wouldn't be. But if they would have already carried the gun anyway, concealed, what stops them from shooting someone either way?
I'm all about owning and having guns.
I think your Arkansas is coming out on you.
No, listen, I am from the woods in Arkansas, and I would not want to gather at the local Circle K
and drink some beer and eat pizza.
Drink with everybody just
holding a gun.
Yeah, holding a gun. I mean, they at least
that's
leave
me
it in
every
the truck.
weekend. That's me every weekend in the woods.
But you leave it in the truck, though.
When?
You don't put it on your lap and let's open a beer with 25 other drunk idiots.
What parties do you go to, man? Yeah,
I'm
I do.
at the wrong ones, obviously.
We go to the AR-15 parties, man.
I've been hanging out with Smitty. Ours are not like that.
No, you got to go to real parties where you all got your guns.
I'm playing Marvin Gaye and get my groove on. You know what I mean? I don't need no guns, man.
Oh, that's where I
want to be. I'm a lover. I ain't no fighter.
Well, here's bad news. Luckily, it's coming from a state, Missouri. The Democrats introduced an alarming gun confiscation bill, giving law-abiding gun owners 90 days to turn in certain firearms or become felons. So that's gun confiscation
that's bad.
At its finest, something that Smitty said would not happen.
Yeah, it won't.
Well, they've got it.
They're taking away the AK-15s, I think. Isn't that right?
AR-15s?
Yeah, those two.
AK, AR, whatever it takes.
Yeah, they're taking this high-powered guns. I'm so into the guns, I got 15 AKs at the house, It's like I got a phone. I call the cops. I say, "Hey man, somebody's at my house. Come on, get over here." And I got one pistol. That's all I need. Like Biden said, buy a shotgun. You don't need a gun.
Did you hear the actual audio of that?
Yeah.
Oh,
he said, buy a shotgun.
Again, that's the dumbest man on the planet.
This could be the next president. Watch it.
He may be the next president, not through election, but through if Obama gets set aside for his little background.
Process of elimination.
That's right.
Yeah, process of elimination. We got Biden as president.
For the birth
Foiled
hoax.
again.
Exactly.
For the birth hoax that's been following him for 8 years. Nobody knew anything. The FBI, the CIA, nobody uncovered it, but suddenly it surfaced.
But Smitty, in all fairness, why
Let
did
me
he
ask you a
change his name?
question.
No, answer me first.
Why did he
Answer me
change his
first.
name?
Why did he change his name?
Why did Muhammad Ali change his name?
Yeah, everybody changes their name.
No, but if you become superstar status, I totally get it. But
That's
why?
not the question. What I'm asking you is this. I don't care if he changes his name to
You're
Buka
deflecting
Buka.
right now. Answer me.
Because
Why did
you're
he
not-
change it from Barry Sateri to
I said
Barack Obama?
a lot of people change their name.
A lot is not an answer. That's a,
What do you
that's a
mean?
general. I'm spinning
That's your
the question.
answer. A lot of people change
For
their
what,
name.
what reason did he have to change
That's
his
his
name?
personal decision. I ask him. What I'm saying
He
is,
woke
out
up
of
one
all
morning
this,
and decided, hey, I hate the name Barry?
out of all this stuff that's going on, you're going to tell me that from the time he ran in for office, the whole time, that the FBI, CIA, all the venting, everything they can, that nobody had anything, and now all of a sudden it's accidental.
No, this is
comes
what
out.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, if he took the time to change his name and file the paperwork, he seriously needs to get a job or a hobby.
Hang on,
because if I took the time to change my name to Brooke
His
Burke,
job is your president. That's his job.
Here, I've got an answer for
before.
Smitty. I got an answer for Smitty. You know why the FBI and CIA, none of them check?
Because they're in on it.
No. Who was in control of the Congress and Senate at the time? Democrats.
Okay.
Who funds the FBI and the CIA? Democrats at the time. So is it possible that they said, don't look into this? Is it possible? Is it possible they said, don't look into this, or we will cut your funding?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm
It's
just giving you.
I'm sure it's all their fault. I'm sure it's all their fault.
it's not their fault, but we're just saying, is it a possibility that they said, we'll slide this under all your paperwork and get to it whenever you
Here's the bigger
can?
question: why did he pick that name to change to? Let me pick a Muslim name.
If I was you, I'd start worrying more about the sequester that's coming up. So you guys got everybody hand over fist.
Oh,
over
here we
there.
go. Yes, Republicans
It
fall again
is.
because
It
they're
is
on
your-
defense
yes.
because they're not smart enough to be on
No,
offense.
the
Before we get to
sequester
that,
is in your house. You guys can stop it or vote for it.
No, in all
you
fairness,
guys,
that was set up years ago, and it was never, ever, ever meant to be used. It was
Right,
kind
I
of an
agree.
emergency, and
That's
if
right.
we would
It
have
was to
handled
scare
this
people.
exactly. If this was handled 6
Right,
months ago
right.
during the initial fiscal cliff,
Right.
we would never be in this
and
position.
it was designed so
Ever.
so it would scare people into coming to the table.
Exactly.
Kind of like if you open that door, it's going to blow up.
Exactly.
And that's what it was. And now that the Republicans are in control of the House and everything, now they can do it. Now they won't.
Shame on both parties.
They
on
won't
this one,
vote.
though.
They're going to say, you know what? We're taking this country over the cliff and we're going to crash and burn it.
Now it's Republicans' fault.
You guys got the House. You can't have it both ways. The president waits for you to pass the bills.
In
You
all
can
fairness-
vote and you won't vote.
In all fairness, it's both parties.
No, it's your
yes,
party.
It is
You
not.
won't vote for it. You have a chance to stop it.
We
if
were-
your
no,
if
we
your
were
party's
looking for
standing
it
at that
6
door,
months ago for the
if
fiscal
your
cliff, we were
party,
looking for a consensus
listen to me
from
and
the
stop
Democrat-
interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. If
you
your
would talk
party,
factual, I
stop
would-
interrupting me. If your party is standing at the door
Yeah, he does.
and you have
Blow
a
it up.
chance,
That's what I do.
you have a chance to stop something that's going to happen to this country, and you don't. You're at fault. The
Okay,
president's
if
waiting
I'm
for you
standing
guys.
at the door and I'm looking under the door whispering, don't open it, and I have a sign on the
Whispering?
door
You
saying,
better be yelling, don't open
open it, and I mean, if you're dumb enough to open it, hey, guess what?
You're
Your
blame,
fault.
and you don't want to take the
Your
blame, like you
fault.
never want to take the
Your-
blame.
Look, I
The
just said it was
Republicans
both
never want
parties'
to take
fault.
the. It's your parties.
Are we?
Hey,
It's your
listen,
party.
speaking of scare tactics, now, even though this is something the scare tactic the liberal left would say is a scare tactic, I do appreciate this ad to get back on my little gun topic, and then we'll go back to sequester. This is a new NRA ad that's targeting Obama, Clinton gun comments. It's got fiery civics reminders. Pretty good. And the bottom line is it says, they don't rule us. They don't give us the rights. Let's go with cut 6? Yeah, cut 6, Rick.
In a recent closed-door speech to donors, politicians, and media, Bill Clinton spoke about American gun owners.
I like the music.
Quote, a lot of these people, all they judge is their hunting and their fishing, or they've been listening to this stuff for so long that they believe it all, unquote. And we all remember Barack Obama's 2008 comments to a room of San Francisco elites. Quote, it's not surprising then they get bitter. They cling to guns or religion, unquote. The arrogance of their superiority requires this reminder. They don't rule us. They don't give us rights. We grant them power. They don't make us safe. We pay to protect them. They don't make us free. We're free already. And as long as we have the Second Amendment, we always will be. We are America. And our politicians are only as powerful as we, the people, allow them to be.
Well, what do you think?
It sounds like only something you would come up with.
Hey, man, I didn't come up with it. That's from the NRA.
Of course.
They're pandering to the right. I got to get that's
absolutely
stupid ad.
ridiculous.
That's a stupid ad. I'll call
That's much more important is the sequester, man. Let's get back on that.
Let's take a call while we're on the sequester. Line 1, I got Brian from Naples. Probably Brian again. What's up, Brian?
Hey, I'm listening to your whole show. I'm sitting here, and did you really make the comment that because there's a Democrat in the presidency, that like he has complete control over everything?
No, I didn't make that comment.
And then no, you said that we'll cut the FBI's funding because it's a Democrat in charge. I mean, can you explain that?
What's your question?
Explain what you meant by that. Do you really think that, like, what the president said? Oh, don't look into this.
No, the president didn't say that. No, what I'm saying, Brian, is that who is in control at the time? Now, and I was answering a point that Smitty was trying to make when Smitty said, "Oh, you're trying to tell me that all through the election that the FBI and the CIA didn't look into anything and didn't look into any of this. They didn't find anything, and now all of a sudden it shows up." Well, my point was who was in charge at the time? The Democrats the Democrats controlled the Senate and the House at the time. The last 2 years of Bush was in office, the Democrats controlled the House and the Senate, so that's the money and the bills. They controlled both. They controlled the FBI's budget, and they controlled any new bills that came out. So do you think they have the power to tell the FBI, hey, look, the next president's going to be a Democrat. Do not look into this issue.
Yeah, the Republicans would roll over. The Republicans would roll over for that.
Republicans can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
The Republicans have control of both House and Senate.
But that's his point. Is now that we have Republican.
So the Republican National Committee didn't pick up on this because they obviously look at all the different candidates
sure they do.
and want to disqualify them in some way. And the Democratic National Committee, they overlooked it because they needed this one guy.
Right. Overlooked it. I don't think they overlooked anything. I think this was the puppet they wanted.
They were
deliberately.
Stupid to see it.
No, they weren't stupid. They weren't stupid. This was the guy they wanted. This was their puppet. This was the guy they've bred for the last 15 years.
This was the Cuban plan. This was the Cuban plan.
So that's what I think.
That's what he thinks, man. It's the truth.
That's really way out.
Stretching, ain't he? He's stretching.
Well, it would be if you're a liberal, I guess. I mean, but I'm just saying it's a good possibility.
You could put all the tags on me that you want, but you know what? I own an AR-15, and I have guns too, and I have ammo in my house.
And you wouldn't have bought that if it wasn't for me having mine. So thanks a lot. You're welcome.
It was you that made me go.
Saved your life.
It was too, because everybody saw mine that I had built. All my buddies saw mine, and they were like, "Oh man, I got to
name your kid after him, JD."
Hey, JD.
Hey, thanks.
For me by
hey, you're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
You're welcome. Take care. All right, so listen, we're coming up to the end of the show. It's been an interesting one with Smitty, to say the least. Smitty's Mr. Argumentative over here. Can't talk over him, but he can talk over you.
Trying to get the truth out, brother.
Well, then stop talking.
I'm always outgunned by 3-1, 4-1, 2-1.
I'm glad you're counting.
Yeah.
Glad you're counting.
I am counting.
3-1.
That's right. You know what else I'm counting? I'm counting the next 2016 election too. We're going to win that one too.
Hey,
I'm counting Scott getting out.
I know, but what are you
Charlie
winning?
Crist, baby, he's coming down.
What are you going to win?
The election.
If you win 2016, what do you get out of it?
America wins.
What does America get?
America gets a real,
gets more debt,
unbiased,
more debt,
less fanatical, right-wing nut jobs like yourself.
Constitution ripped up, thrown on the floor, peed on. That's what you
Right-wing
get.
nut job.
That's what you get. You get nothing.
Yeah.
You get nothing by winning.
When he comes to your house, when all hell breaks loose, be sure to lock his ass out.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he ain't coming inside. He ain't coming inside.
I'm not giving you a can of corn, and I'm not giving you any bullets either.
Stop. You're going to bring a tear to my eye. Stop it.
Anyhow, all right, folks, we'll be back next week. Ledge Radio Show with JD and Smitty. Maybe Amber will grace us with her presence. I mean, on time even.
If I shaved my legs earlier.
Don't even start there. Okay. We'll see you next week.